What's going on? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Doc Holiday. We're back with another HBCU OverDrive live show. If you haven't done it by now, make sure that you like the stream. Go ahead and comment and share it with your people. And most of all, subscribe, become a member of the hottest HBCU and Facebook Live. And signing day, it is the early signing day period. We still talking about people that's still in the transfer portal right now, but my first guest right now, and he is an inside linebacker out of. Everybody know how you not Texas. Come to grace the page. All right. Noah Boulieu. And yo, hey man, can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can see. I can hear you.
All right. So we got Noah Boulieu that's on the show right now today. Like I said, inside linebacker coming out of Lancaster, Texas. First team all district too. That's right.
Yes, sir.
First team all district, man. So first of all, I'm gonna say congratulations on signing with Jackson State. Um, I know it's been a transition from Coach Prime to Coach Taylor right now. But what made you decide to stay with Jackson State?
No, my mind never changed really because I didn't really go to the school for the coach really. I came for the HBCU experience. I always want to go to HBCU school. Even though Coach Prime was he's a great coach. He's a legend, and that helped a little bit, but never really changed my mind. It never really changed my mind once he left. I still wanted to go to HBCU school.
Can you hear me?
Killer.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I said my mind never really changed when he left because I always wanted to go to HBCU school. Really, like even though Coach Prime is a great coach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but my mind never really changed.
Yeah,
I always wanted to go to HBCU school to get that experience. Yeah.
okay. Okay. So yeah, I talked to your pastor today, and he's a cool, and
Hey,
he
excuse
gave
me.
me a rundown.
You're adjusting bad. Hello.
Hold on, yeah, hold on now, hold on. Let me see something. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Man, I'm my internet tripping. It's Spectrum. So um let me see. All right. I'm gonna pause it for a second. I'm gonna try to move it around. All right. Can you hear me now? Is that better?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Is it
Say it again.
all right? So, yeah, man. I talked to you today.
It's still kind of bad. Can you hear me?
Okay.
It's still kind of bad. Huh?
I hope this.
Hold on, let me
Yeah, I can
interact
hear.
quick.
I can hear you. I, I'm it's okay. While we gonna get that back, y'all. I apologize. Having to move all my stuff around. So um while he is getting ready to come back into the chat, I mean onto the page, the channel. Um I like what Jackson State has done. I like what we did as far as recruiting goes. And like I said, he's one of the recruits that TC has signed for early signing day. Also, with the fact that he's still getting the kids out of the portal that actually left for the portal earlier, this week. Um, like I said, it's just to fill out. It's a fill out process to see what's going on. But 1 second, that should be. I said I'm. I said I was gonna have a surprise, but I ain't know my surprise was gonna be with trash, reception from the internet. But let me get him to let me go ahead and resend this out to him. But I hope everybody had a good day today. So let me send this to him. I want to make sure, and can everybody hear me? Everybody hear me on the chat? Everybody hear me? Sean, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Want to make sure everybody can hear me. That's in the chat right now. Make sure everybody can hear me. That's in the chat. All right. All right. I said she can hear me. All right. So I'm wait till we get him to come back on. Uh yeah, man. Look, we got it's a solid class that we got today. I'm glad that TC can he basically locked down the early commitments All right. Let me see if this works. All right. Can you hear me now, man?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
All right. We good? Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
we
We
good.
good? Is my stream good? Everything good?
Yeah, we good.
All right. Man, let's start this all over again. All right, man.
All right.
Yeah, like I said, I talked to your pops early today, man, and he kind of gave me the rundown of your siblings that's all in school, right?
Yeah, sir.
So you got a brother that's playing football for Prairie View, right?
Nah, he doesn't play no more.
He
He
don't
goes to
play. He
school.
just goes to school for Prairie View.
Yeah, he don't play.
Um, and you got another sibling that's where's your other sibling at?
UTA.
You okay? And then your dad went to Prairie View, and your mom went to
TSU.
TSU. Okay, and you're the so you're the baby boy that's going to Jackson State.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. So like I said, first team audition from in the district, and you played against some hard teams. What uh what do you think? How do you think your game is going to translate for Jackson State for this team coming up?
I believe my game because I believe I'm different from any other inside linebackers. I believe I'm a true inside linebacker. So I feel like Jackson State will get a real deal true inside linebacker, and that would help them a lot in all kinds of ways.
Okay, and another thing, I know you came on for your visit to Jackson, right?
Yeah.
What was the thing that you liked about Jackson State? Like what was three things about Jackson State that you liked?
Three things. I'll say one would be the culture. Two, two would be how everybody like was like really one big family, especially on the team, the coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm really big on family. And three, like how fun it is over there. It's a lot of fun in Jackson.
Okay.
Big things.
And so now we got so we have a big we kind of have a big presence of kids that's on the team that's from the DFW area. One of them is Quay Davis, the receiver. Then went to Skyline. Of course, your running mate that signed today, also Bruce Bateman from Lone Star, Frisco. What do you think you could do to persuade other kids to actually come to Jackson and to go to HBCUs?
I'll just tell them that I'll tell them that HBCUs are different. You know, they're different in the other colleges. HBCU is really all about the people and how it is. Like I said, it's one big family. HBCU is different from any other schools, and it shows you that, and tells you that, and they can prove to you. Because like I said, HBCU schools are a resident of my family, and they told me all the fun they had in doing their school year when they went to HBCUs. So I would just tell them that if you want to have that have fun and also work hard, HBCU is where to go.
Okay. And you playing at Lancaster High School, who's known to produce a lot of talent as far as on the football and also on the football field and also on the basketball court. What is the one thing you're gonna miss about being in that black and orange?
The one thing I probably miss would be my teammates, because at the beginning of the year wasn't as close as we were, but towards the end of the year became a family, like a brotherhood. We always rely on each other, we respect each other, all that. Yeah, I'm for sure for miss that my teammates, my other teammates.
And I understand that it's right, and I understand that the season ended early for you against Frisco Reedy, and y'all know you had aspirations to try to get to state, but the one school that you did beat went all the way to state and kind of represented Dallas Fort Worth, which is South Oak Cliff. About that game right there, what made the difference? What difference did you make in that game to turn the game into what it was?
The game versus Sock or Frisco Reedy?
Yes. Sock.
You said what I made different?
What was the difference in that game? Because I think I remember y'all won that game by 2 touchdowns. What was what difference did you make in that game?
Like I said, Sock is a good school. I know people that go to that school. It's a good program, but Sock is a 5A D2 school. And right. I showed them how it is to play versus a 5A D1 school. D1 defense and D1 offense. Because the 5A Division 2 and 5A Division 1 is totally different.
Right.
It's a different program. And we showed them that night when we played them. We showed that.
All right. So man, I'm gonna give you some rapid questions right now. Favorite football team?
Saints. NFL Saints.
The Saints.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Even though we ain't doing good right now, that's still my team.
Yeah, your dad already told me he a Saints fan. Favorite football player?
Kenneth Murray. He came out of OU a couple years ago, linebacker, number 9.
Okay. What do you see yourself doing? How do you feel like you be able to contribute to the team, to Jackson State?
I feel like I can contribute a lot. Even though I be coming in as a freshman, young, I feel like I can still be a role model, be a leader. Step up even though I'm as a young one. And I feel like my work ethic is different. I love the game. I love playing football. I love I just love the game. I feel like me being at Jackson State will change a lot of things, especially defensive wise.
All right. And we talking about a team that you going to that was number 1 in almost every category in FCS.
Yeah.
You feel like you can add on to the team that the team didn't really have, that you think they might not have had last year?
No, I feel like I'll add on to the team that they will have this year. Because a lot of things changed since Coach Prime left. A lot of players left, stuff like that. So I feel like I'll have a difference to the new team with Jackson State. Yeah. Cause even though like I said, last year's team, like I said, they even though they was good, top tier, I feel like this year new team be different. Different people, different things, different change. All that.
Now I see one of your signees, your early signee classmates, Tristan Sion, is out there heavy recruiting. And I think he's heavy recruiting his area in Florida. And I think I know he's also from Louisiana. He's from Louisiana also, but I know he's recruiting his group in Florida and other kids to come to Jackson State. Do you think that y'all can actually try to keep this renaissance of Black excellence on the football field? Can y'all think y'all could continue that by actually just going to talking to your classmates and put a bug in their ear like, hey, you might want to come over here. You might want to come down to Jackson because we got something going, you got something good going on.
Yeah, I think we can. Like I said, I would tell them that Jackson State is different. It's different. As you see in the past couple of years, Jackson State been all over social media lately. As you see,
right?
Jackson State been going up lately. So I feel like me telling them how coming to the state will change their life in a better way, and if they want to risk it, try that, they should.
Mm-hmm.
That's
okay.
how I feel.
Okay. I like that, man. I like that. See, your dad did tell me though, you got your head straight on your shoulders. So how did your mom feel when you told her that you was committed to Jackson State? How did she react?
She was happy.
She was
like
happy.
I said, she went to TSU, another HBCU school, so she was happy that her firstborn son was able to go to another HBCU school. She was happy.
Okay.
She was proud of him.
I know she was like, man. I bet she was like, you don't want to come down to Houston? You don't want to come to Houston?
Nah, she didn't mind. She didn't mind. She liked Jackson State too as well. She liked Jackson State.
And like I said, the whole family is swag, y'all. The whole family is swag. So if y'all want to ask the question, who is swag? His family is swag, y'all. And I know I kind of put a bug in your ear. I finished at Jackson State long time ago. But a lot of kids have been coming into my inbox on Twitter asking about coming, and I'm trying to tell them like, hey, only thing I can do is tell Coach O and Coach Taylor, hey, you might want to check this guy out. But I know they got a list. But like you said, you'll tell the kids like Jackson State is different. And sometimes it might not be in their favor to come to Jackson State. They could probably go to another HBCU and be a contributing member on that team and with the culture over there. For kids that's coming up out of Lancaster or out of the DFW area, how would you feel? What would you tell, like, other than saying it's different, what would you tell them? Another thing you would tell them about going to a HBCU?
I would tell them going to HBCU school is like going to HBCU school is like, like once you get there, you learn new things about our people that you never heard about before. They teach you different things about our culture, what's really all about. So instead of like high school, how they tell you, HBCU school would really tell you what we're all about and what we represent as our people. And I feel like that's how it is.
Okay, I like that, man. I like that. Like I said, I told people that I had a surprise. I was actually supposed to get you and Batman on the same time, but he texted me. He's like, "Yeah, I'm still out with my family. Can we do this another day?" I was like, "No, it's cool. I rock with you. It's a celebration because it's a big thing that you did do this." And I kind of went with it as far as he said he opened up his recruitment, and it's a lot of kids that's opened up their recruitment, especially ones that was kind of committed to Colorado.
Yeah.
And with Coach Prime might not be taken in, he already had his eyes on who he wanted. I would tell kids, like I said, hey, you can come to Jackson. You can go to Alcorn. You can go to Valley. You can go any HBCU you want to, as long as you are productive and you into your books and you about the culture, I mean, it shouldn't be it shouldn't be no problem.
Yeah.
But I want to see if my people in the chat, if they got some questions, if they got any questions they want to ask, they want to ask you. If anybody in the chat, y'all got any questions you want to ask Noah, just let me know. Put it in the chat and we'll go with that. So I'm trying to fix some stuff up right here. Let's see. All right, I got my historian, Mr. Ford. Mr. Ford, how you doing?
All right, how you doing?
All right. I got one of the signees for Jackson State. Early
Okay.
signees, Noah Boulieu. You got any questions for him?
Yeah, congratulations, Noah. You signed with a great university, and I think you're going to enjoy it.
Thank you.
Let me just ask you, I want to do some measurables. Tell me about your height, your weight. What's your time in the 40? What was your bench press?
I'm 6'2", 220. My time on the 40 was 4'6".
Okay.
I bench 245 right now.
Okay.
Last time was 245.
Right. And now, did y'all do the 220? How many times can you pump 220?
Pump bench? About 15, 20 times.
Okay, good. Let me ask you this now. At your old high school, your defense, did you play in a 4-3, 4-2-5? Were you 53? What type of defense you coming out of?
4-3.
You were 4-3. You were the middle or outside, or you can play all three?
I play all three, but I was in the middle.
What's your favorite? You're in the middle. What's your where are you dominant at?
Middle.
You're dominant in the middle.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So have you met? Have they talked to you about your position coaches or anything? Who would be your position coach at Jackson?
No, not yet. They haven't talked to me about that yet.
Doc, I heard something today. It can't be. I can't check it. I just heard it on the. Some people were saying that the offensive coordinator is coming from Liberty, and that the guy from Alcorn, the defensive line coach, is coming. I don't know if he's going to be the DC or he's just going to be defensive line. But if that's true, that's some good news because I do want quality coaches. Like I've said all along, and I've told him, I'm quite sure this young man could play at Texas. He could play at Texas A&M. And I keep telling y'all that personnel is not the problem in the SWAC. We've got to make sure we have quality championship coaching. Young man, do you feel like you could have played at Texas or Texas A&M?
Yes, sir.
That's what I felt. And so my whole thing is we just got to have TC has to surround himself with championship coaching. I'm still waiting to hear what that staff is going to be about because I know that he's going to get personnel. Now, I've heard today Jackson has gotten some excellent prospects. I heard that Florida A&M did a great job. I heard that North Carolina Central has done a great job. I'm talking about with some outstanding kids. I've even heard that Morgan State did a great job.
Yes,
so
they did.
my thing is with Coach TC and this Jackson State program, we've got to get outstanding coaches in. We've got to get outstanding coaches. So, young man, what game did you come to at Jackson State this year?
I came to the Southern game and the game that I came to, and the Grambling game.
Right. So, how many? Did you meet a lot of the kids that were at that game, or?
Yes, I did.
So, approximately, what do you think? Was it about 200 prospects at those games? How many prospects you think were there?
Yeah, about over 100 prospects.
So, did y'all have a meet? Did y'all sit down and meet?
Yeah, we did. Yes, sir.
Did you know some of the kids that were there?
Yeah, I know about a few.
Now they were from Texas.
Yeah, somewhere.
Okay, right. So you're used to being the play call on defense, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you definitely saying middle is your position.
Yes, sir.
Who do you pattern your game after that we see either in college or NFL?
Say it again.
I meant to ask him
What
that.
person do you pattern your game after that's in college or in the NFL?
Michael Parsons.
Whoa.
Ooh, I
So,
like that.
whoa.
I like that.
Listen, now you know that Michael Parsons is probably the best defensive lineman in the game right now, huh?
Yeah, I know.
So you can play with your hand in the dirt and you can play linebacker?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Whoa. I mean, so they got a
I
stud.
like that. I like that
Yeah,
comparison right there.
that
You said
Parson
Michael
kid,
Parsons.
man, he's something else. You know, I tell everybody, to me, that defensive line at Dallas, that's the spark plug right there, is that Parsons kid. He makes everybody else better. So you feel like you make other people around you better?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
So what do you want to study or what do you want to major in at Jackson State?
Oh, I'm majoring in biology.
So do you want to be in the pre-med program or what are you
Yes,
looking
sir.
at?
Pre-med.
Pre-med?
Yes,
We talking about dentistry, general practitioner, what?
General practitioner.
General practitioner. Okay. All right.
I like.
Yeah, I like this too. But I'm just waiting for him to get his position coach, and I definitely want to know who's going to be his DC because the word is that Weeks is probably going to be the DC now. I don't know who will be the linebacking coach, but that is something I'm waiting to hear. Yeah.
I still like the fact that you pattern your game about around Michael Parsons.
Oh yeah.
And you want to be a biology major. Most
Right.
kids, most kids when they come into college, especially if they play on a football team, they don't want to be inundated with a lot of stuff going on as far as being in the classroom like that a lot as far as with your major. So most of the time, most kids would pick they would pick a easy major to kind of make it, so they can kind of ease through, but and still be focused on football. I like the fact that you chose biology because you don't hear a lot of players doing biology. You hear a lot of players going into like business, business administration. Yeah, but you don't hear a lot of kids talking about my major is biology.
Oh yeah. Well, now Doc, what's left in the linebacker room at Jackson right now?
Thing, and that's a good thing that you can actually.
So Doc,
Yes, sir.
what's left in the linebacking room at Jackson right now?
I have to go back and.
I know that now Byron Hobson is in the portal, right?
And is out of there. And came back, and Jeremiah Brown.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I really would know.
Okay, right.
I really I don't really tell you is depleted.
The linebacker room is depleted.
So the linebacker, the linebacker room is gonna be young. So I know that for sure.
Right. That kid number 32, did he go in the portal?
Yeah, he did.
That is Jarente Davis. No,
Yeah,
he did not.
He did not. Okay, what about the kid 42?
You mean Coach Ray?
42, I think was. He was a kid that was kicked out of the
Jeremiah Brown.
Yeah, did he go in the portal?
Yes, he did.
He did go in the portal. Okay. How about the Arrington kid?
KJ, nah, he's still there.
Okay, Arrington is still.
I had to go back and look. Let me see. Well, Noah, if you got any other questions for us, man, or you want to put, shout out to Twitter, your Instagram, live, your handles and stuff like that. Anything else you want to talk about?
Nah, not really.
All right, man. Well, shout out, let everybody know. Shout out where they can find you at, man.
My Instagram is Boulieu N23. BOULIEUN23. That's
All right. All right, man. We got, so again, Jackson State early signee Noah Boulieu. We'll be in there, be in that thing this for next season. Thank you for coming on the show, man. And I'm gonna keep in touch with you though, bro.
Appreciate it. All right, bet. For sure.
All right, now you have a good one, man.
All right, you too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So he a good one right there, man.
Oh yeah. Well, I know he's good. He out of Texas.
Yeah.
Texas is loaded with players. He just told you he can play for Texas A&M. That's my point. I keep telling y'all, the SWAC is getting personnel. My problem is I want championship coaching. I want coaches who can develop players.
Right. Let me see. But yeah, I like I like his head. He got his head on his shoulder, and like I said, his whole family is HBCU. So
and he has two parents. There's a mother and a father.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Comes from a two-parent home.
Father went to Prairie View, mother went to Texas.
Right. So he's
got a brother at Prairie View. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, I've been just kind of scrolling through. Man, these usually the HBCs wait until February to do their recruitment, but there's some schools that's gotten ahead. I'm telling you, FAMU went and got some people.
FAMU went and did their thing today.
Yes,
that's
they
something
did.
that I'm gonna keep up with it. So the people that we got in that signed Shamar Allen, he's offensive lineman from Yazoo City, went to Yazoo City, went to Southwest Community College.
What's his size?
6'5", 320.
Woo! Oh yeah.
Of course, Noah Boulieu, he's coming straight out of high school, Lancaster High School. Javarian Jenkins, that's another linebacker from Hattiesburg, went to Jones Community College.
Okay.
He's a linebacker, 6'3", 205. He might put some weight on him.
Oh yeah.
One of the bigger names that signed today is Isaiah Kendall.
That's a wide receiver?
Yes, sir.
Oh, he's a truth. I've seen him.
6'4", 180 from Newport, Arkansas. So he's coming straight out of high school also.
There's a lot of Power Fives was after him.
Yeah.
A lot of Power Fives was after him.
Of course, Seven McGee coming in. He's transfer coming in from the University of Oregon.
Oh, I've seen him. Bruce, he's a truth.
Bruce Mitchell. I'm going to interview him tomorrow. He's a DB out of Frisco, Texas, Lone Star High School. I've seen him play a couple of times, and I've seen Noah play, a couple of times. So I kind of know how the game, how the games are. Irv Mulligan, that's the running back that's transferring in from Wofford.
I've seen him too. He's good.
Of course, we got Philip Short. That's the QB from Holmes Community College.
He's gonna be tough. His dad, I found out today, his dad is a coach.
So he's a coach's kid.
He's been around football all his life.
The other big name we got is Tristan Sion from Rickards High School, Tallahassee, Florida.
Yeah, that's Rickards. Yeah, they turn out all kind. Now he's what position?
Cornerback.
Yeah, I thought that Willie Simmons would have put a fence around them kids in Tallahassee. but I see some are still coming out.
Yep. Also we got Tim Stewart. He's a transfer from Troy University.
What position?
DB.
Whoa. Okay.
Alan Walker, linebacker from transfer from Louisiana Tech.
Whoa. What kind of
Jace
size?
Ward,
What's that
his
kid from
size?
Louisiana Tech? What's his size?
6'2", 230.
Whoa. That sounds like somebody ready to play immediately.
Mm-hmm. Jace Ward, tight end from Carrolltown High School in Carrollton, Georgia.
Yeah, Carrollton Heights. Yeah, that's right outside of Atlanta. That's about 40, 50 miles outside of Atlanta.
All right, and then we got Aquarius White. That's the
now. How big is the kid? The kid you say from Carrollton?
6'3", 220. I think he'll probably put on some more size for him being a tight end.
Tight end. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then the Aquarius White, offensive lineman, 6'4", 335 pounds.
Woo.
He's from Holmes Central High School. And Mike Williams, that's a receiver out of Natchez, Mississippi, Natchez High School. So for right now, you see that TC been busy.
Oh yeah. He's got talent coming in. Like I said, my number one concern is still that coaching staff.
Oh, and then we picked up Kenneth Giles. He's a defensive end. He's I think he's a transfer JUCO.
From Mississippi JUCO or what? Texas JUCO or where?
Let me see. I don't think it's a Texas JUCO. Let me see. Let me see.
I see Mr. Campbell in here. Mr. Campbell, I heard y'all raked up today now. I heard them rappers. Y'all brought some good people in. Y'all the talk of the internet.
I'm going to get Mr. Campbell up in here.
Yeah,
I like
man.
what he was,
boy, y'all got some people.
I like what he was talking about last night, y'all.
Yeah.
He had it going on last night. All right, Mr. Campbell, I got you in there, man. If you're going to come in, just let me know.
Yeah, I had been saying I wanted FAMU to get bigger, taller, faster defensive linemen. They went in, they got 2 or 3, I think, 6'5s coming in.
Right.
Defensive linemen, 165, 260, 165, about 240. They got that long, lean kid I like.
So Kenneth Giles is a defensive end, 6'6", 240 from Hocking College.
Where's he from?
Hocking.
Now that's where? Where is that?
I think that might be East Coast right there.
He's 6'6". What'd you say? 6'5", 6'6"?
6'6", 240.
Whoa. And you said Hawkins. What is it?
Hocking College. It's in Ohio. Okay, it's in Ohio.
Okay, now is that a 4-year or 2-year institution?
It's a junior college.
Junior college. Okay.
College.
Okay.
Yep. So he's coming in. So he's also coming in too. So yeah, we gotta look. That is one solid recruiting class right there.
Oh, and they're gonna get more. You wait till that February signing date.
Right.
Yeah, because see what happens with the first signing date, you got a lot of kids who are hoping to go to Power 5 or Group of 5. They've been left out. Those are the kids the black colleges can go in and get now.
That's correct.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of them out there. Because this signing period here, It's Wednesday, Thursday, I think Friday, isn't it?
Friday. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got kids now.
I'm looking at Tristan Science Twitter. He's going after he's hitting up Travis Hunter right now. Tell him to come back.
No, man, Travis has got millions in front of him. We can forget that. Nah, I don't know if you heard the story. They won't out the school, but Drake May, who is a quarterback at the University of North Carolina, that kid was offered $5 million to go into the transfer portal. Listen, they gonna offer. Man, they getting ready to. It's gonna be a bag. I mean, $1 million bag gonna be given to Travis. We can forget Travis.
Mm.
And listen, everybody in America saw him put on that show last Saturday. I mean, everybody saw it. I'm serious. They had 2.4 million views of TVs watch that game.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and if they saw it, they talking about it.
I did see that Shane Hooks into the portal today just now.
I'm surprised
So
he's not going. He's not going to Colorado? He didn't sign?
Nah.
Okay, because I know that I think Coach Prime signed 22 or 23 today.
Right.
And knowing him, he's probably going to sign more in that February. Because usually the Power Fives, this is for them. This early signing date, this is for them.
Right.
Usually after that, they might get a few more kids in February, but the majority of their signings will be in December. That's why I'm telling you now, when this is over, you're going to have a lot of kids who are going to be disappointed because nobody signed them, that thought they were going to be group of five, thought they were going to be Power Five. Listen, these black universities can go in and get them now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that second one, that's when the black universities usually come in.
Yeah, so it's good. I'm thinking it's good that they came in now instead of waiting till actually, after February to consign the kids, because all you had to do just ask.
Yeah.
And if the kid, you think the kid is too big time for you, then he's not the right person. He's not going to be the right fit for your team. That's the main thing that you want to understand. You want to make sure that you have it's the right fit for your whole, you know what I'm saying, for your whole team. So that's something that most people would be, when it comes down to it, when it comes to coaching, recruiting these players, that we can't get our foot in the door because most of the kids have gotten to the point back then the kids was like, I'm not going to a HBCU, or I'm not going to a FCS school because they don't do this, they don't have this, they don't have that. But now you see it to the point where you got kids going to, they're going that the FCS HBCU schools are like almost their first and second choice.
Yeah, without a doubt. Listen, you got D. Davis. I think D was a 4 or 5 star. He's at Alabama State. Jackson State had Travis Hunter. He was the number 1 player in the class of 2022. So that right there, that's out the window now. Like I said, we getting kids that can play at Georgia, Texas A&M, Texas. The thing now is, can we go out and get championship coaching? Now, I don't have any problems with that staff down there at Florida A&M because I've looked at that staff. They know what they're doing. That's probably our best staff right now. Okay? But we need Alabama State to go out and get the people they need to get. We need Prairie View to go out and get the people they need. We need Southern to go and get the people they get. Huh?
Prairie View been tearing it up today. So.
Yeah, Prairie View's done, and they're going to do well in February.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna do well in February because I believe that Bubba wants to make sure he's focused on Texas.
Yep.
Because Texas A&M had 26 players in the portal.
In the portal. Yep.
Yeah, I could see some of them kids going to if they don't get to Power 5 or the Group of 5, I could see some of them going to Prairie View. Because Prairie View has beautiful campus, has beautiful facilities, beautiful stadium.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the thing about it too is the thing about it also is the fact that you got these like when you look at Prairie View, you look at schools like Texas Southern, you look at schools like I said, Alabama State, because they spend money at Alabama
at
State.
one time they were spending $12 million.
Mm-hmm.
At one time, Prairie View was spending 19. I think no other black school in America spent as much money on sports as Prairie View.
And people gonna say, well, they're getting the money from Texas A&M. Like, yeah, they get the money from Texas A&M system, but they also get money from the state. So, and they doing stuff with that money too. And then you got a lot of people, alumni from Prairie View that kind of do give back to Prairie View. So,
yeah,
it's not like they're not doing their job. They're doing their job.
Who is the athletic director at Prairie View?
Let me check. See, I can look it up right now.
Because I know they was looking to hire one, right?
I think so. Let me see.
Because I know Dr. Simmons fired the last one, I think.
Let me see. John Gardner is the interim athletic director.
Okay.
So that's one who's running the show. Let's see. Somebody, JR. Let me see. Okay.
Yeah, I heard about that kid from Missouri.
Yep. To Alcorn State, rated 4-star out of high school. Hey, that is a big pickup for them too.
But Alcorn is also in need of an offensive coordinator. They're also in need of a play caller. And since Ryan Stachek left, that offensive line play is not good as it's been in the past.
Right.
They got coaching. And then from what I hear, Coach McNair gets real salty when people bring it up. But he needs more offensive innovation.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you have to keep up with the times, though.
Yeah. Now he's got the running back. That kid, that running back he got from Syracuse, that kid is the truth.
And all of them, like I said, all of them coming back. That's the crazy thing. All of them are coming back. Yeah. So, says he's from East St. Louis. Okay.
Oh, that's Kessler Winslow. That's the guy who was the legendary coach in East St. Louis. His name was Bob Shannon. Bob Shannon was a Tennessee State graduate. Mm-hmm. He turned out a lot of people out of East St. Louis. That's also the home of the Joiners. Remember the girl, Jackie Joyner Kersey?
Mm-hmm.
That's where she's from, East St. Louis. She and her brother Al.
Yeah.
There's athletes all over East St. Louis.
Yeah, Darius Miles that played in the NBA. He's from St. Louis.
East St. Louis.
Mm-hmm. Somebody told me to hit you up. And they was in the chat. Farasi Norman. Do you know about that head coach? About that coach right there?
Who is that now?
Farasi Norman.
No. Where's he from?
He had coached at New Mexico, El Paso Prep Football Academy. And he was at let me see. So he was a head coach.
Okay, where did he get his undergraduate?
Let me see. I'm looking at it.
Okay.
Is LinkedIn. Because he been on the chat before. He was like, he's looking for he wants to get into coaching at an HBCU.
Okay. Now so you didn't see where was his undergraduate?
I didn't see it where his undergraduate.
Okay, where's his undergraduate? You say Farasi?
Yeah, FARASI Norman.
Okay, and he was at New Mexico State or New Mexico?
I think he was at a JUCO in New Mexico.
Okay, and he wants to get into HBCUs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Let me do a little research. I'll look him up.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, he hit me up and he asked one about to be head coach in the HBCU, and he said he wanted to get in touch with you because, but I know I see back to the recruiting. I seen Grambling.
Did they sign anybody?
Grambling signed a couple of people today. So
where were they from?
I'm trying to check and see.
Okay.
All right. Let me see. So I'm on 247 Sports.
Mm-hmm. Grambling's in need of an offense coordinator also.
Yep.
Yeah, Mr. Campbell, y'all doing it up, man. Y'all, and I heard y'all playing West Florida. Y'all playing West Florida. I was surprised about that.
Hey, West Florida is a powerhouse.
Yeah, they won the national championship 2 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I guess that's gonna be in Tallahassee. Because usually they reserve a spot for like a Fort Valley State or Albany State, Tuskegee. They usually. I was surprised. They usually, bring those people to Tallahassee. Yeah, you're right. West Florida has a tremendous team. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They and it's easy for it. I wouldn't say it's easy, but they could test that barometer.
Hey,
against,
I can't wait. My mother's school is Albany State, and they just got Quinn Gray. I got to go down there and tell them who they got. It's Quinn Gray, baby. I was hollering around there wanting Quinn Gray to be an offensive coordinator at Alabama State. He got that job at Albany State. He's gonna turn that out. That's where I was born in Albany. He's gonna turn that out.
I'm just trying to figure out what's up, who everybody signed. Trying to go back early.
Somebody says, I was surprised Eric Dooley was invited to coach at the HBCU Legacy Bowl.
Yeah.
Remember, he started out at Grambling. He knows Doug Williams and Shaq Harris.
Mm-hmm.
That's an inside move. He knows them. That game is based on Doug Williams and Shaq Harris, James Harris. Remember now, Dooley played at Grambling. He played under Coach Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
They know him.
And I'm still trying to figure out what's up.
This person right here, Kip Bennett, it says HBC needs to make a super conference. Listen, the reason, because we don't have cooperation. Everybody else got cooperation but us. See, we could create a super conference with that MEAC and that SWAC and even with the SIAC and the CIAA, but the people at the top, they are not cooperative.
Right.
Okay? They're not cooperative. For 20-some years in the MEAC, they had Dennis Thomas who did nothing, didn't have no new ideas, no nothing. And then they go and hire somebody who sit up under him and she don't know nothing either. Miss Sonja Steele. Okay, see, and that's what's stopping us from having a super conference. These kind of people. See, there's so much nepotism, inbreeding, incompetent individuals in major jobs.
Yeah, I still say, they need to get with the program, but a lot of them don't want to get with the program.
No, they don't, because they trying to protect their money.
So it's all about what, to me, it's all about who you know, what you know, and.
Oh yeah, like I said, it's nepotism, inbreeding, the promotion of incompetent individuals. Now, what she'll do, she ain't gonna have nothing new to do over there in that MEAC. She gonna holler for the rest of the year that Central beat Jackson State. That's all she gonna talk about. You ask her, say, what new ideas you got for the MEAC? She ain't gonna have none. She ain't gonna have none. You got any new contracts for the MEAC? No, but we beat Jackson State. That's all she gonna talk about.
I'm laughing at Gaethje girls. He said she gonna put Elliot Rodney into the transfer portal. Listen, Alcorn needs an offense coordinator, and it would be easy for him because you got that running back. Now you got that quarterback, but you need an offense coordinator. Yeah, and you need an offensive line coach too. I'm still trying to find the early signing day.
I'm gonna tell you something. With Dion out of the SWAC now,
yeah, it's gonna be
Alcorn might see before Dion touchdown in Jackson. Remember, the toast of the SWAC was Alcorn State. Don't let nobody fool you. They went to the Celebration Bowl 3 times.
I'm gonna get my boy Sean in here. Hey Sean, I'm about to send you the link, man. I'm about to send you the link. But yeah, I give for today. I give Florida A&M. I give FAMU an A+.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, man.
I give them an A+ with their recruiting.
Yeah.
I give Jackson State an A-. And the only reason I say an A- is we TC is still trying to get some of the kids out of the portal.
Right. And I think he's gonna be successful.
What else, Sean? What's going on? Hey, Sean, can you hear me? I don't think you can hear me. Oh.
Hey, I tell you who else I'd give an A to. What about North Carolina Central?
Yeah, I give an A.
See all them linemen they got?
I kind of give a B+ to North Carolina A&T. They picked us. They picked up some quality players in for signing day. Especially they got I think A&T got a QB out of the Newport News, the Hampton Roads area,
right?
Who's a dual threat.
Did they name the new coach at A&T yet?
Not yet.
Okay. And they still able to get big time kids, huh? That's interesting. Now you know the word is Pine Bluff has found their coach, right? Have you heard that?
From what I'm hearing, Pine Bluff.
Yeah, a guy named Hampton. He was on the staff at University of Louisiana Monroe. Yeah. He's been on the staff at he's coming from University of Louisiana at Monroe.
Yep. He Arkansas native.
Yeah. So That's going to be them. But I listen. I heard some information yesterday. I can't verify it, but if that's true about what they paying them coaches over there at Pine Bluff, that's ridiculous. I hope he doesn't accept that. Don't let them do that to him. There's somebody said yesterday $40,000 for a position coach in the SWAC. That's ridiculous, man. A position coach in the SWAC should be at least $90,000 to $100,000. Make it worth their time, all the time they put in. And you talking about $40,000?
Yeah, they pulled up paperwork on them coaches, man. Them coaches getting chump change, 40,000.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. See, that's another problem. But you know what? Now let me tell you who's got to say something about it. Who has to say something about that? The commissioner of the SWAC.
I knew you was gonna say that.
That's right. He's got to do something about that now. That's ridiculous. Listen, that's starvation wages.
Yeah,
that's starvation wages.
You're talking about a professional, man. You're talking about a
college. Them guys got master's degrees. You paying them $40,000? Come on, Pine Bluff. You got now. Like I said, I don't. Now that's what was hollered out. I can't verify, but if that's true, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
And by the way, peace, man. My I had to get on my Wi-Fi so I can come in and clip to everybody.
Nah, you good. You good.
But y'all were talking about recruiting grades.
Gator Garrett asked what we get Alcorn for today. I give him a B.
I think that's a big thing for them to get that quarterback. That kid, they said that kid was a 4-star at Missouri. That's a big move right there, baby. Because like I told you now, they got everything.
They got a couple of quarterbacks. Yeah.
Yeah, but this kid here's coming in from Missouri. Whoa. Because Missouri now, they throw that ball. They throw the ball up there.
So what do you think about the grades for today, man? Sean?
Man, it depends on the offensive line and defensive line, but I'm gonna say B. I'm giving everybody a B. FAMU, they're doing what they normally do. Small stature receivers, this quick and fast, can get in and out of breaks.
Mm-hmm.
But can they make tough catches and get off jams and stuff like that? That's going to be a challenge. And it's looking like everybody's favoring FAMU because of Musa and stuff like that. But there was times in the season, especially going down to the end of the season, where they look pedestrian at times, and depending on what's going on, you can catch them slipping and hit them. But I think I'm giving everybody's B's across. The reason for that is because they have stepped up their level of recruitment, and that's every program. A year or two ago, we would have been like, who the hell? You know what I'm saying? Like, people are still going after 4 stars, 3 stars, 5 stars. They're not settling for that 1-star kid or 2-star kid. It's going to take a little bit more work to try to get them up to par to compete.
Let me ask you this question. You said something about them kids being small in stature. I thought Tariq Hill was small in stature. The guy down in Miami. But he got blazing speed because, I was always brought up on speed kills. Now, I saw some video of them guys that they bringing in. Them guys are no joke. Now, especially that kid they bringing in from the University of Buffalo, that kid is no joke. Now, I don't know if he's 6 feet, but that kid is gonna tear the SWAC up.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
speed kills.
Yeah, speed kills. Now, shoot, I know, like you said, he likes the smaller with the speed. Because now I love that Xavier Smith.
Yeah.
That kid was the truth to me now. I loved him. I even liked that other one, that Shareed, the one from Texas. I think he came from Texas State. The problem they had was that they were trying to run that guy who was actually, to me, a tight end out on the numbers, and it didn't fit. That kid should have been a wing tight. I have to ask Ms. Campbell, what was that kid's name? Manigo, I think. He's from Atlanta somewhere. That kid was not a wide receiver. He was what we call a wing tight. And they tried to make him a wide receiver. He was not a wide receiver. He didn't have the speed. He had good hands.
Right.
Yeah. But listen, what I saw today, the video I saw, them kids, like you said, something they under 6 feet, but them kids are burners, man. Them kids are burners.
Said 5'10" with Florida speed.
Oh, listen, I
That's
saw
about right.
several of them, man, was straight burnt. You know what? Y'all, yeah, I'm gonna let y'all grade on. I'm gonna tell you that right. The 9, I think, or the 10 they said, I'm giving them an 8, maybe an A+. Because they, I've been fussing by FAMU. I've been saying what I want to see on the defensive line, or 6'4", 6'5", 260, 270. Listen, they got some of them now. Them cats I saw today, them guys is ready to play immediately.
Yeah, I feel they have to the defense, the Phil's defense just got to get more. They got to get more innovative.
Who is that?
I that's what I feel.
With FAM,
their defense, they have to be more innovative.
Well, the problem is he plays his linebackers on the heels instead of bringing the linebackers down the heel. Instead of they reading and reacting instead of coming blitzing, coming forward. That's the biggest problem with FAM. And I don't know why that guy's doing that, because that guy worked for Nick Saban. He was on Nick Saban's staff. He knows how to bring them linebackers. Now that kid Isaiah Major, that he had. I think last year was his first year at FAMU. That kid is the truth, man. He is the truth.
Yeah. He he is the truth. So
he's the truth. He should have been first. Yeah.
Ain't it sad that we got to do this all over for another 11 months? I mean, 8 months. Sad.
And then we
Football
right back at it again.
Football just ended a week ago, man, and we ready.
Oh yeah, football is America's sport.
Yeah.
See, what the people in soccer tell you is that the great athletes they need in soccer, the black athletes that they need in soccer, are all playing football. That's why soccer is not like it is around the world here in America. Because the best athletes in America, they playing football, basketball, not soccer.
Yeah, so but yeah, we it's a lot of stuff going on. Like I like what but like I said, I like what they doing as far as what's with the kids that's coming out. These kids are not selling it for anything less. They're not selling for nothing less. Some of these kids know what they want. And if you didn't see the stream, if you didn't watch the stream earlier, I know I had technical difficulties, so y'all had to excuse me on that. But I did have Noah Boulieu on the show. He's a signee, early day signee for Jackson State. And I like what he said. He said he patterned his game after Michael Parsons.
Yeah.
Well, that to me, that's something that some kids, you gotta, think like that, man. I want to pattern my game after somebody.
Somebody just put in your chat, they said, now that Coach Prime is gone, who is the best recruiter in HBCU football? I'm going to have to lean toward that Willie Simmons and that Trey Oliver up there from what they did today. And the other guy that we ain't even talked about is that guy up there at Morgan State. Did you see all them big kids he brought to Morgan State?
Morgan.
Yeah. Damian Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
You see them kids he bringing in?
Yep. It's automatically Willie Simmons.
Huh?
And to me, it's automatically Willie Simmons.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Willie.
He has an advantage, and like you said, the coach from Morgan State, he does a really good job.
Now, let me take. Did y'all hear today that the starting quarterback at Youngstown State transferred to Tennessee State? He was the starting quarterback.
Yeah. Yep.
Ooh.
Yep.
So what does that do with Draylon Ellis? That's the question.
And because he was the starting quarterback at Murray State, I think, wasn't he?
Now he was
Nah,
starting
Draylon
quarterback
Ellis
at
was at
Austin
Austin
P.
P.
Austin P.
and
Okay, Austin
transferred.
P. Yeah.
But Draylon can't stay healthy, bro.
But yeah, that's the only knock on Draylon.
Well, now I know y'all heard that Texas Southern signed a gunslinger. Did y'all hear about the kid from Furman? They said now he can't. He's not as dynamic running like Body, but they said Body can't touch him when it comes to throwing that football.
I don't see them benching Body though.
No, I don't either. But you know what? For some reason, everybody thinks that Body wants to go into the transfer portal. That's all over the internet. I don't think so either.
I don't think he's going. I don't think his mom gonna let him. He talked to his mom.
Right. So yeah,
his parents. I don't think he's going. I don't think he's going in. I think he has too much love for
Texas Southern.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's something that I'm can he right the ship?
Yeah.
To me, with Andrew Body, it's all about play calling.
Right. That's Marsh, right? Isn't that Marsh?
Yeah, Jason Marsh.
I really liked him his first year. Like I told you before, everybody's been complaining about him this year. But I tell you one thing, they beat my alma mater. Listen, Grambling went out there to that soccer stadium and they put a whooping on us in that second half. Our boys quit. They straight quit. And they put a whooping on us. Huh?
I said your boys did good today.
Yeah, it was at Grambling.
Yep.
You got any information? What did we get?
Grambling got a nice big man. They got I don't know how tall the dude is, but he about 6'4". Receiver, physical.
Okay. Where's he from?
Forget the school he from, but I seen some of his highlights. Physical kid, can catch, blocks, got nice moves.
He's wide receiver, tight end.
Wide receiver. I would put him at tight end, to be honest.
Uh-huh.
He had that type of build on him, but he can play wide receiver.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a difference maker. I'm talking about he ready right now.
Do you have a name? You don't have a name for him?
No, I don't have his name. I just watched some of the highlights.
Okay.
But he's good. I think they did good, and they did good on a lot of their recruits.
They did?
Yeah, they did good. There's no excuse for Grambling this year.
But my main concern with Grambling is we got to get an offense coordinator. Hugh just needs to be the head coach. He don't need to be the play caller. He doesn't need to be the offense coordinator. John Simons needs to go back with the wide receiver. We need to go get an offense coordinator.
And you got another running back.
Yep.
Whoa.
A fast one too, from Southern Miss.
Oh yes, I heard about him. He got Mr. Ford. When I say he got some wheels, he got some wheels.
Mr. Ford.
He got some wheels.
If he got a jump cut and then he goes. When he hit the X button, he going. He like contact. He like contact too.
He like hunts. Oh, that's the type of player I want right there. Carl Reed, they said that Travis was going to Colorado.
Yeah, Travis already. Everybody knew that though. Destroyer told on him, but he did entertain other coaches.
Right. As a question, see where Kevin Coleman gonna end up at.
Colorado.
He might.
He going to Colorado or he turning around.
What's going on, Edwin?
He going to Colorado or turning around. That's I'm telling you right now. The way they recruiting, though, they didn't got like 6 receivers.
Yeah. Do you think Kevin Coleman go like back home to like Missouri?
He going to Boulder. He either going to Boulder or he turning around and going right back to the JSU.
If it me, if I would actually go back to Jackson State.
I mean, he still got offers, but
yeah,
he goes back to Jackson State. His show, you know, it's his show. He the number 1 guy.
Yeah,
and he really can put people on notice the way he want to put people on notice.
Mm-hmm.
Thing about it is, you know, they high on him. So
yeah,
you know, he'll be there. Plus, he loves to do and all of that stuff.
Oh yeah, my guy Noah, he out there recruiting now. He out there recruiting DFW.
You said Noah
Jackson. Yeah,
okay.
Boulieu. Yeah, I just interviewed him earlier.
Oh yeah. The one you just yeah. Good kid. I like him.
Oh yeah.
I like a lot of what he said.
I
like a lot of what he said.
You know, and it's cool. Like to me, man, when you get kids like that, they got they know what they want and got their head on their shoulder. And the thing that kind of surprised me, you know, when Mr. Ford asked him what his major gonna be, he said biology. He said pre-med. I was like, oh, you don't really hear too much of football players. You know what I'm saying? Being biology majors on the football team, you don't really hear that. But you know, that's a good thing. That's a good thing to have.
We just need a linebacking coach for him.
Oh yeah. Kevin Coleman is going to see you or be the number 1 receiver at JSU. To me, if Shane Hooks is already in portal now, I will go back. What about Wilkinson? He not in the portal now? Nope. Savion not in the portal.
Oh, he's not?
Savion is staying because he went to 2 schools already. He went to West Virginia and then he went to Delaware State.
That's right.
And then he's at Jackson State. I don't think he wants to go ahead and move around like that.
I don't blame you.
But we are I think we are waiting on for. I'm gonna tell you a couple of people we're waiting on for, and besides Guthrie, his commitment is gonna be on Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm.
It's a couple of, but his one is the main one because he already got his top 3, his final list, and Jackson State is one of them. Alabama State is another one, and then Morgan State is the last one.
Okay.
So he's going to see about, I'll see about it on Saturday.
Man, Guthrie coming to Jackson, bro. He coming to Jackson. He gonna be he coming to Jackson. Y'all got K5. That's a good opposite corner for him to come right in, plug and play, dominate. You know what I'm saying? Earn his pay. He gonna be facing high level passing because all these people getting these receivers in, and he can show some more value. And guess what? The scouts ain't turning around. They coming.
Yeah, I believe
They're coming to watch the kids.
I believe you. Would you put him at free safety and have Tristan on the other side?
I'll put him in corner.
You'll put him at corner?
Yep. Put him in corner. Let him out there. Let him show that he can. Let him show that he can go, man. Live with it. Live with it. You know. And then plus, y'all said it's the TC still got to do with staff. So you know what I'm saying.
That's the most important
As long
thing.
as he got the players. As long as he got the players, he you know, the coaches will be excited about the players.
Right. Right.
And I'm excited. I'm excited for everybody. But I'm ready for the spring. I want to see how people look. You know what I mean? How this new look gonna feel, this new aura HBCU football going forward. Will we see some of the same things that we saw the previous years from a lot of the other coaching staffs, or you know, Jackson State new regime? How will they look? What does year 2 really look like for Hugh? Does he take a step forward, or
He better.
does he continue
If he
to
wants that
rescind?
job, he better take a step forward. Because I'm telling you right now, they not happy.
Yeah,
He better. He on the clock.
He on the clock,
I
Mr.
figured
Ford.
you
Yeah,
said
because he came in with that reputation from the pros. See, all of that was a build up. He listen. They better win 7, 8 games next year. I'm telling you.
I want to see if Coach McNair can get back, can get up there, because you know he was used to winning. 6-4 would get him on where he needed to be in the SWAC championship game. You know, can he elevate to an 8-14, 9-14? Can he get back to that type of competitiveness?
I think he can. Now, the main thing that happened to him last year was that quarterback situation. That was his situation. That once them people put them 7 and 8 in that box to stop that running back, and then they needed that air attack to take over, it didn't happen. But I think he done solved that problem. You go and get a kid from Missouri to come down there. Listen, Alcorn's going to be better. My only thing is, I still say they need an offense coordinator. They need an offense coordinator.
So Eddie J talking about who's going to be the quick QB at Southern. We all know.
That's going to be big for them too. I'm thinking that kid from New York, he should be ready to play now.
Yeah,
he's been in the SWAC now, 2 or 3 years. It's time for him to play. Yeah, Biden, it's time for him to play.
So yeah, I you know, he can come in, he can play. You still got Harold Blood there.
Yeah.
So, but I I talked to a person that actually went to Southern when I was at work earlier today, and she was telling me, well, Bashawn McCray was just there because he was there. He was the starting quarterback because somebody said his people was giving money, giving up money to Southern and to the program or something like that. But I'm just saying that what they were saying, but I can't really, say yeah, that actually happened. So I don't want to put them, I don't want to put Southern in a bind, and I ain't trying to get sued for no, for no
Well,
reason.
if he had stayed at Southern, the best thing for McCray was to go to wide receiver or to go to running back, because he was not a quarterback. He was an athlete. All he could do was run. And as the season goes on, these people see you on film. They gonna put, when they do that 7 and 8 in the box, you ain't running.
Mm-hmm.
You're not running. And he was not a dual threat. His passing was just terrible. And then they had 2 kids. One was that Dyson kid. They wasted him this year. The kid from Rice, Petrie, they wasted him.
Yeah.
So that's why I say I think it's going to be the kid from New York. It's time for him to play. It's time for him to play.
Yep. We'll see. We will see. And so like I said, we still got, it's still gonna be some players that are gonna be signing. So,
yeah.
So we
Usually the
gotta
black
fulfill-
schools, their big date is February. Usually
Right.
the black schools, it's February. Now it's gonna be a lot of kids who are gonna be left out in the cold by the Power Fives and the Group of Five. These black schools, the SWAC, MEAC, they can go in there and get them kids. They can go in there and get those kids.
They're gonna be able to pick. It's pick of the litter, because the transfer portal is so full that when it comes to the recruiting, it's pick of the litter. So it's a gift. The transfer portal is a gift and a curse. However, in the sense of good HBCU football, we get the benefit.
I think the transfer
benefit
portal
from-
has done nothing but great things for black colleges.
I like
love
this,
the transfer portal.
I like this quote from
I'm with you on that.
from Big Daddy Gaddy, Miles Gaddy Daddy father. He said that transfer portal is a trap for a lot of players. Kids getting advice from a bunch of Al Bundys.
Yeah, that's true.
That is true.
Well, is his son gonna come back to Jackson? Is he gonna come?
In the portal shoe? I think Miles already got an offer from Cal.
Yeah, I can believe that.
So
Cal is trash too.
Yes, they are, baby. Yes, they are.
They were Colorado's only win.
Yeah, they are. That's an academic school in California. See, the top school in California, Stanford and Cal, is too academic.
Yep. Kip, Bubba not there no more.
Yeah, Bubba's out.
Bubba's
Man, if Bubba was there, listen. Let me tell you something. If Bubba was there, they'd be fighting for that SWAC championship.
Yeah.
They truly wasted him this year. Like I told everybody, somebody got to be called on the carpet about what happened to Bubba. With Bubba as quarterback the whole year, Southern wins 10 games.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Kevin said there's gonna be a lot of high school kids, good high school kids, going to get offers from HBCUs. It's true too.
Yeah,
and I feel like they still gonna get those offers. I know it's gonna be a dead period between now all the way up until, let's say, February.
Well, and the other thing, Mr. Campbell, you got to keep in mind, because of the portal, a lot of top high school kids are going to have to go Division II. Some of you are going to have to go junior college. And then once they show themselves in a year, they'll be able to go Power 5, Group 5, 1AA, whatever. But a lot of these kids now, they're going to be forced to go Division II, and some of them are going to be forced to go junior college.
Yeah. Kip said they didn't get Bubba back. No, Bubba McDaniel is done. His eligibility is up.
He's out.
He is out of there. What is Russell Haynes? What BCU going to do for a head coach going within, or what it getting late? Yeah, I understand what you're saying. He's saying that what we said yesterday. Bethune-Cookman needs to get a head coach like yesterday.
Yeah, but the thing about Bethune, with all their money problems, don't nobody want that job. What they're going to have to do is go within house. There's a guy that was on that staff, Carl Franks. Carl has been the head coach at Duke. They got other people on that staff. They're going to have to hire somebody that's already there. Nobody's stupid enough to take that job. Ain't nobody crazy enough to take that Bethune. It's too much. It's too many financial problems. They got problems with the board. They got problems with the president. They got too many problems. So the best thing to do is hire somebody on that staff that's already there.
Travis Jones said, how's Valley hiring? Valley hiring, basically they gave the DC is the interim head coach. So I would say keep him under that tag for now. Let him prove what he can do for the upcoming season. If he can tread water and he can right the ship, then you take that tag off of him and he's the head coach, which would basically be he would be the first Hispanic head coach in the SWAC. Mr. Campbell said, still we should still build with the high school kids to build a culture, and I feel like we do need to do that. But what it is, Mr. Campbell, we are in that generation of win now. So these coaches are like, we have to win.
You let Hugh Jackson have a losing season next year. Let him have a losing season at Grambling next year. You
Mhm.
think them people don't want to pull the plug on that? I'm
Oh,
telling you now. He better win next year. I'm just telling you.
Has Sam Washington been replaced at A&T yet? No,
No.
he hasn't been replaced yet.
No.
I haven't heard anything yet.
No.
I could talk to my guy, Dave. He runs a Panther Nation podcast. He's also A&T graduate. So I could talk to him and see what they say, see what's going on with them, because I know he has a little bit closer ties to the football program.
See, North Carolina A&T is going to be like Tennessee State was back in the 90s and the 2000s. They're going to see they're in over their heads. They're going to fire a coach every 2 and 3 years. They're going to run through coaches. That's what they're going to do.
That's terrible.
Because Hilton them put them in a hole. They listen, they don't belong in that CAA. Y'all can go run and holler and all that. You don't belong in the neighborhood with Villanova. You don't belong in that neighborhood. You got $16 million to spend. Villanova's spending $58 million. Delaware's spending $40. You got 16. Do the math.
And guess what? With Villanova, you saying they spending $58 million.
$58 million.
That's not coming from the football team. That's coming from the basketball.
Yeah, that's from the basketball. But they football wise, they CAA.
Mm-hmm. So it's with them.
Listen, okay, Kip Bennett, you said North Carolina A&T is trying to go to FBS. How you gonna go FBS? You can't even beat Gardner-Webb.
Man,
Gardner-Webb beat you to death for the championship. And so you're going to go FBS and Gardner-Webb beat you. Gardner-Webb used to be NAIA.
I would like to say this. I think that because of the I think when Coach Prime entered the HBCU atmosphere, and after that spring season, other coaches tried to obtain that same sense of urgency that he had.
Right.
So it kind of changed the way that they approached building their teams.
But see, the thing,
it didn't benefit them, although they brought in all of that talent. It didn't benefit them philosophically because they were trying to play catch up to Jackson State. Right. So now it's kind of like a slower pace or quieter space. But now you're trying to catch up to FAMU because they're still stockpiling talent and have been a tough team regardless. This is going to be an interesting next 2 months.
Yeah. Now, let me just say this to you: the sleeping giant in that East is Alabama State. Alabama State, if they don't get that offensive coordinator that they need, they're going to ruin that kid, D. Davis. Let me just give you an example. I know Mr. Campbell knows this. I'll never forget when the FAMU graduates here in Atlanta was so upset. FAM went and got a kid named Curtis Pulley. He came to FAM from the University of Kentucky. He was the Kentucky High School Player of the Year his senior year. And he went under, what's that coach's name? Joe Taylor. Joe Taylor had this boy under the dumbest offensive coordinator I had ever seen in my life. Okay, to make a long story short, they ruined that kid. They ruined you can look him up. His name was Curtis Pulley. Doc, you can look him up. He was from his dad had played at Winston-Salem under Billy Hayes. At the time, Billy Hayes was the AD at Florida A&M. That's why the dad sent him to Florida A&M. When I say that Joe Taylor and them ruined that kid, this kid could have been a wide receiver, a defensive back. He was quarterback. He ran a 4.3 40. He could throw the football 60, 70, 80 yards. When I say, fam, you ruined that kid, that's what I feel that they're going to do at Alabama State. I just feel it in my heart. They're going to ruin D. And D came out of high school as one of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of Texas. Okay? Yep. They compared this kid to Kyler Murray. Okay? You go to Auburn, they mess over you for Bo Nix. Now you come to Alabama State, and they won't go out and get the people for you. See, that's what I'm talking about. I keep telling people, listen, personnel is not the problem. All of these top-notch kids want to come to these black universities. The problem is we got people coaching who wouldn't be good high school coaches. And that guy, Harry Williams, wouldn't be a good high school coach. And Eddie Robinson has him as the offensive coordinator at Bama State. That's what's keeping them from possibly taking the SWAT. Offensive coordinator.
Lawrence Kershaw.
There you go. That's his name right there. He was the worst offense coordinator I ever seen. You right. Thank you, John Horst. Lawrence Kershaw. They ruined that kid, Curtis Pulley. That's right. He was offense coordinator under Joe Taylor.
When Pulley was at FAM.
Look for 2008, 2009. He transferred in from the University of Kentucky.
Oh,
his name was Curtis Pulley. He was awesome.
Yeah, I remember it now.
Yeah, Joe Taylor and this guy right here, Lawrence Kershaw, he left FAM and went to, I want to say, Fayetteville State. He's the worst offense coordinator I've ever seen in my life until I saw this kid, this Harry Williams at Alabama State, because he's terrible too. He's awful. And see, my thing is, I'm afraid that they are going to allow Harry Williams to destroy D. Davis. I just believe it, because they listen. Remember this. They ran the ball against Florida A&M in the last game. I think it was 24 times. No, they ran it 38 times. They gained 24 yards. It was an average of 0.4 yards an attempt.
Mm-hmm.
I felt he should have been fired after the game.
Yep. Yeah, they couldn't get the offense could not move the ball that game.
Listen, Alabama State had the talent to win 10 games. And then they turned around and lost to Pine Bluff on Thanksgiving Day.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
That was, to me, that was demoralizing to watch.
You were
like so hype about yourself. You felt real good after like the JSU game and stuff like that. And then you just lose to somebody that shouldn't even been on the same field with you.
I think they'd only won one game. What did Pine Bluff win?
No, I think that was the game they won.
They won 3 games.
They won 3 games at Pine Bluff?
Yeah.
Who they played? Okay. 2 high school teams?
The first game they played against North American, which is an NAIA school, but they haven't
the high school team in Arkansas.
Yeah. And then
here's the thing that gets me. College. See, here's the thing that gets me with Pine Bluff. Pine Bluff got $7 million to spend on athletics. That's more money than I think they spend more money than Alcorn. And I mean, I don't understand them. You got more money than Alcorn.
Mr. Campbell.
Moral victory means nothing.
He's right, though. They took a moral victory out of that. Even though their defense gave up over 400-some yards, they took a moral victory.
Yeah.
Because they only lost by 14 instead of 28 like they should have been. But no, I totally agree with you.
Listen, you right, John Hart. You right. That's right. You right about that. You right. That's right. Because see, the president is his frat brother. Ross is his frat brother. The AD is his frat brother. And Harry Williams is also their frat brother. That's what they got going on. See, that's why I'm trying to tell somebody today. See, that's how we pick coaches. We do it the frat thing. I knew his mama. we played together. See, that's how we pick coaches in the SWAT.
You see that, Sean?
Mr. Ford said, I know his mama.
Yeah, I know his mama and them, and his cousin them played with me in that mess. And see, Harry Williams is one of the reasons they fired Freeman at Morehouse, because he allowed him to be his offense coordinator 2 years. That's one of the reasons they fired Coach Freeman at Morehouse. Harry Williams was his offense coordinator.
Sure, I would have did if I was Alabama State. Hell, I would have gave the offensive reins to Jacoby Jones.
Yeah, I tell you what. Listen, that Jackson guy who was on the staff with Willie Simmons, he was Willie Simmons' offense coordinator fan. He knows how to run it.
Mm-hmm.
But now what Eddie did, he made him the associate or assistant head coach. He should have made him the offensive coordinator. Alex Jackson knows what he's doing. Okay, Michael Cameron, they're saying that Pine Bluff spends, I think, $7 million on athletics. And that's why I don't understand how you gonna be playing position coaches $40,000 and talking about your head coach is 120. That don't make no sense. That's ridiculous. Like what I call it, that's starvation wages. Listen, now let me say this to you, Mr. Horace, right here. Don't ever mention Houston Markham and Ron Dickerson in the same sentence again. Ron Dickerson was nothing. He couldn't come. Houston Markham is one of the greatest coaches that has ever been at Alabama State. Okay, all Ron Dickerson was somebody who knew a lot of white people in 1A and 1A. That's what he was. That's what that is. But don't ever put Houston Markham and Ron Dickerson in the same sentence again, because Dickerson wasn't on Markham's level. Markham came from. Markham was a graduate of Alcorn. Was a legendary high school coach in Vicksburg. W.C. Gordon brought him to Jackson State. He was a legendary offensive coordinator, and then he went over to Montgomery to be the head coach at Alabama State. They have a national championship. Ricky Jones, who was just honored by the SWAC, that was Houston Markham's quarterback. On that team was Eddie Robinson, the guy who's presently the head coach at Alabama State. He was on that team. They beat North Carolina A&T, I think it was in 90 or 91 down in Miami. Okay? The guy that's the coach at Alabama A&M now, Maynard was a quarterback for A&T at the time. But Ron Dickerson was horrible. Then they sent his son down there to help John Hendricks. He was horrible too.
Yeah. I remember. Oh yeah, I know you're talking about Ron Dickerson. Yeah, he was at Temple. Yeah, he couldn't do nothing at Temple.
Yeah, he used to be at Clemson with what that guy was named Hartsfield. Was it Hatsfield? Hatsfield had been in Arkansas.
Ken Hatfield?
Ken Hatfield. See, he was in with them, but he wasn't no coach.
Yeah. Let's see. Alcorn did pick up another quarterback named Roger Harsfeld Jr. 6'2", 210 from Waxahachie, Texas. More of a he's a pocket passer, but he can actually get out and, you know what I'm saying, when he get flustered, he can get out and he can run the ball. So he got good size, he got a good arm. I actually seen him play a couple of times. He actually played my alma mater, Cedar Hill. Think that guy, he threw for over 300 yards in that game, had like 4 touchdowns. So
listen, the key thing is that he's from Texas. Usually if a kid come out of Texas at quarterback, he can play.
Yeah.
Because Texas lights up that scoreboard. Now, I'm going to tell you another state. If they tell you a kid is from California, with the kind of ball they play out there, usually California quarterbacks are going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to know what to do. They know how. They run in pro-style offenses in high schools out in California.
Right. So you see a lot of kids going in. They getting picked up, y'all. Like I said, it ain't over yet. It ain't.
Now, where did you say that kid went? The kid from Waxahachie, where did he go?
He's at Alcorn.
That's the one from Missouri. Is it? Where was he from?
No, I'm from Missouri. The kid from Waxahachie, he's coming out of high school.
High school. Okay, good. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's coming out of high school, so he could get down there. You know, he could get there. He could actually develop.
Listen, John Horace, you said BCU should bring back Brian Jenkins. Listen, he burned bridges just like Dion. He burned a lot of bridges when he left. He left Bethune and went to Alabama State, and it was a lot of bridge burning between that. He burned a lot of bridges. He did. I would like to see him go back too, but listen, it's not happening. He left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth down there at Bethune. They were really good to him.
I think they said we're like second. Jackson State is second only to Campbell in the FCS South region on recruiting. So
Oh, okay. Okay. What they got FAM ranked?
FAM is number 3.
Yeah. What about North Carolina Central?
It's not even on there.
What about Morgan State?
Morgan State. This is all from the South region. This comes from the South region.
So, okay.
Yeah. But like I said, with Morgan State, I would actually, I'm actually liking what they did, like what he
Listen,
doing.
I'm trying to tell y'all. Listen. You better watch that guy, Damon Wilson.
Yeah.
You better watch
the thing
him.
about it too, he has a full season.
Yeah. You better watch. He brought that staff from that's Bowie State.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all, you better watch him now.
So yeah, it is still early for recruiting. So it's not like it's a lot of stuff. They need stuff, but it's gonna come. It's gonna come around.
Well, I think it was Morgan State just decided they're going to get a medical school, but they got a lot of money. See, the state of Maryland had been racist and segregated and all that stuff to them. And then they went to court, and then the state of Maryland was supposed to give Morgan State, Coppin State, Maryland Eastern Shore, and I'm missing somebody, Bowie State, $500 million. They were supposed to share $500 million. Yeah. So things are looking up at Morgan State. Now, one of the things Morgan has said is that they're going to start a medical school, but I think they're going to spend some money on athletics too. And they got the man now. They got that guy. That guy, Damon Wilson, is good.
They are. Yeah, they are going to start a medical school. They are going to build for a medical school. So that's a bit good.
Now, there's talk that Xavier down in New Orleans might be starting a medical school also. That hadn't been, I don't know if that's credible information.
Huh? It's confirmed. It
is confirmed.
Mm-hmm. It's confirmed. So like they got enough to where they can get like I said, they can get people to come.
Well, I always remember now, when you go back to the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, Morgan State was dominant in black college football. Morgan State was dominant. Also, there was a school called Maryland State, but they changed the name to Maryland Eastern Shore. That's Art Shell. That's Emerson Boozer, Gerald Irons. I mean, they were turning out some stars. And those teams would go down at the end of the year and play Florida A&M in Miami. It was called the Orange Blossom Classic. This is during the days of Jake Gaither. But if they come back, it's not something they haven't done before. You can look at the players, look at Morgan State's history, look at Maryland Eastern Shore. That's why I don't understand why Maryland Eastern Shore doesn't have a football team. They have a tremendous history.
That's right. Yeah, I have already I've been, taking it up, not taking it up, but been looking at it through certain things, and I read about how Eastern Shore was a power.
Oh, they had one coach was named Skip McCain. He was from Texas. He was a math teacher. The other guy was named he was from South Carolina. If you could just Google, it was two coaches. The one, it was two of them one was at Morgan State. His name was Hurst. I think he was a teacher. The other one's name was Earl Banks. Earl Banks was from Chicago. Those guys had tremendous years. See, Earl Banks, every year starting in '68, he used to battle Eddie Robinson at Yankee Stadium. They named that the Whitney Young Classic. That thing used to be at Yankee Stadium every year. They moved it out of Yankee Stadium and they put it at the Meadowlands where the Giants and the Jets play now. But originally that game was at Yankee Stadium.
I think they might need to go back to doing that too.
Well, hey, let's see, it's Hampton and Grambling will play Labor Day weekend that Saturday at the Meadowlands.
That'll be a good thing.
Oh
That
yeah,
would
I
be a
think
good.
that's a great thing.
That's a-
Originally I had thought they should bring Shadua and Jackson up there, because last year we were hot and mad because we were happy that Howard went up. Then they brought Morehouse. Why you gonna bring a Division II school up there that you're gonna beat to death?
right.
Let them people up there see real black college football.
But yeah, that would be a good thing to bring that teams like that to New York City.
Oh yeah, I love it.
That way
Man,
you
listen.
get the exposure up that way too.
Yeah. Yeah, and see, some of those kids would come down to your school. Because when I was
Yep.
at Grambling, we had kids from New York, and many of them was going to that Whitney Young Classic. That's how they knew about Grambling.
So yeah, I'm just scrolling through Twitter, y'all. So and just trying to see what's pretty much what's going on in the world of HBCU football. And like I said, we knew Travis was gonna go to Colorado. He loved Deion like that's his father right there.
Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah. But I'm quite sure they got a bag for him at Colorado now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I think they got a bag for him. Because I'm telling you now, I know Southern Cal was after, and University of Georgia, those are bag cities.
I got a question, y'all, and it's pertaining to what Aubrey Miller said at the press conference for the Celebration Bowl. And he ain't begging. He demanded that he said we need to come back home.
Oh, listen, we don't have a choice. Listen, you got all of these Nazi party people on these PWI campuses. It's dangerous to be on them campuses. They come back home. Listen, and I keep saying this, Doc. We gonna get the players. We gonna get kids that can play at Texas A&M, Georgia, South Carolina, play in the SEC. But the problem is, do we have the coaching?
Right.
Okay. Do we have the coaching?
That's correct.
That's our problem. We got to put a premium on championship quality coaching. People who can see, we're getting the raw talent, but a lot of them kids that's coming to us, they got to be developed. That's why I have all that respect for South Carolina State. South Carolina State develops players. And I keep telling them over and over, this guy at North Carolina Central, I'm telling you now, Trey Oliver is getting ready to be possibly the or one of the top black coaches in HBCU football. This guy ain't going nowhere. Personally, I think that don't be surprised if they come back next year.
I feel like that might, especially, I mean, if the whole team stay intact.
Yeah.
You probably have a couple of kids that's graduating. But
yeah, did you see the people he signed today?
Yep.
Yeah. And the main thing was he went and got interior linemen. And now another thing that Trey is going to do, Trey is going to use that during transfer portal. Watch him.
And I feel like too, he getting interior lineman. I know one thing TC is trying to do. He's trying to beef up that interior, the offensive line because of the defections that happened. And like we don't know. Like you got an Evan Henry that's coming back and the Debo Hayes that's back. Right. And then you add those.
And Evan Bro is coming back, right?
I think Evan Bro might be coming back.
And that's my man.
Willis Patrick might be going. He might be leaning towards TCU.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I mean, because he's from Mansfield, so he's from Mansfield, Texas, so outside of Arlington. So he's pretty much going to probably be leaning towards TCU, so he play back at home. That would be his last. He's already graduated. He got his undergrad, so he's just going for grad school, y'all. So that's the reason why I wasn't really upset about I wasn't upset about Willis Patrick leaving because he's already got his undergrad, so he's just going for grad school. And in a sense, that's almost the same thing I would say about Niles Gaddy, because he got his undergrad. Because remember, he was at Tennessee. Majority of his credits transferred to Jackson State, and he was there for what, 2 years.
Let me ask you something. Did we express our condolences to the family of Franco Harris? You know, he died.
That's one first thing I need to do.
Yeah, we need to express our condolences. The Steelers, you got to remember one thing about the Steelers. During these, especially during the 70s and the 80s, the Steelers always had a lot of players from HBCUs. Mr. Campbell, they had a defensive back at the Steelers. They called him Glenn Pine Edwards. He played for Jake Gaither. He was a running back. When he got to the Steelers, they made him a defensive back. They had a guy named L.C. Greenwood. L.C. was from what we call now Arkansas Pine Bluff. At that time, I think it was called Arkansas A&I or A&N or something.
A&N,
yeah. Ernie Holmes, who was a defensive tackle, he was Texas Southern. And I don't know if Dwight White was a black college player. I know that John Stallworth, who was on the other side of Lynn Swan, I saw him as a kid. He played at Alabama A&M.
Alabama A&M. Okay.
Right. Now they had one of those offensive linemen, I think his name was Sam Davis. I think he was a black college player too. But that was a guy up there whose name was Nunn. That was his son, I think. That was an actor. Remember Bill Nunn, Radio Raheem?
Bill Nunn.
Bill Nunn.
White went to A&M Commerce.
Thank you, Mr. Campbell. That's right. Now, Mel Blunt was from Southern, but here's the thing. Mel Blunt was from Georgia. He was from Vidalia, Georgia. He's from Vidalia, Georgia. That's right. Bill Nunn used to recruit those players for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's why they had all those black college players. You know, the Steelers had Greg Lloyd. Greg Lloyd was Fort Valley State. Okay, so they've always had you remember Yancey Thigpen?
Yancey Thigpen, yep.
He played for Pete Richardson at Winston-Salem State.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I wanted to give I should have led that off on the show this earlier, but I do want to give my condolences to the family of Franco Harris.
Yeah.
Pioneer. Everybody know about the Immaculate Reception.
Yes, it is. It's supposed to be the greatest play in NFL history.
I wasn't even born yet, and I still knew about it because my uncles told me, my dad told me, my grandma told me, you know, and then they showed me. And then you see all the players that he played, you know what I'm saying, he played around with, you know, Franco coming in from Penn State.
And listen, you know, he was not the main back at Penn State. He was a blocking back for a guy named Lydell Mitchell. And the other guy that we just missed, the blocking back for him was named Frenchie Fuqua. Frenchie Fuqua played at Morgan State.
Yep. And then he had him and Rocky Blyer.
Blyer replaced Frenchie Fuqua. Yeah, Frenchie Fuqua used to be an elaborate dresser. One time he had a pair of shoes on. The heel had a little fish inside of it. You know, that's how he dressed.
That's fun. That's crazy right there.
Yeah.
But, you know, just growing up, even though I'm a Cowboys fan, but just growing up because of the fact that the Cowboys and the Steelers played in the Super Bowl 3 times.
Yeah.
And you know, that became a rivalry because we couldn't beat them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We couldn't beat them.
And Michael Campbell, you said John Cappelletti came after Franco. Cappelletti came after Franco, but Cappelletti did win the Heisman Trophy because I think he played for the Rams. Cappelletti went to the Rams, but he's after Franco and Lydell Mitchell. Lydell went to the San Diego Chargers, and eventually he comes back to the Baltimore Colts. He played with a guy named Burt Jones.
I heard of Burt. I remember Burt Jones.
Yeah, Burt Jones was. Matter of fact, he was from right outside of Grambling. I want to say I don't. Somebody need to check. I think Burt Jones was from Ruston. His dad played for Paul Brown for the old Cleveland Browns. Now when I was at Grambling, he was always on campus. Burt Jones was. He was always on campus.
The Pittsburgh Courier. Yep. I
Yeah,
remember.
Pittsburgh Courier.
Like,
That's right. See, they used to have every year the Pittsburgh Courier would do a Black College All-American team. He would tell those people at the Steel. Listen, if you know anything about Bethune-Cookman, they had a coach named Cy McClarion.
I remember you told me about that.
You know about now. Cy played for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now the story goes that the old lady that started the school, Mary McLeod Bethune, she had a relationship with Branch Rickey. See, they don't tell you, but she was heavily involved when Jackie Robinson integrated Major League Baseball. She was heavily involved. Now, Branch Rickey would come to Bethune-Cookman's homecoming. And at one time he came, Cy McClarion had a real good game. This was in the 50s against Florida A&M. At that time, Florida A&M was recognized as the greatest HBCU football program in America. He goes back and tells the Steelers about Cy McClarion. That's why Cy McClarion got to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That was through Branch Rickey. But Branch Rickey was friends with Mary McLeod Bethune. Yeah.
I like that. I like that, man. But it's a lot of people that you really don't talk about. Like,
oh, they spend billions hiding our history. They spend billions.
Like, I didn't know that Rayfield Wright went to Fort Valley until,
and he was from Griffin, Georgia.
Yeah, until like my uncle told me about it.
Now listen, they changed his position once he got to the Dallas Cowboys. He came there as a tight end, right, and they decided to change him from tight end to offensive tackle. Now he went into the Hall of Fame as an offensive tackle. Right. Now he was a big-time football and basketball player at Fort Valley State.
Yep.
He was from Griffin, Georgia. He grew up with people like Wyoming Tyus and those people. He grew up with them, with her. Now, Wyoming Tyus, I think, won gold in the 64 Olympics and the 68 Olympics. They were from Griffin, Georgia.
And then, my grandma, she was like, one of her favorite Cowboys when she was watching it back in the day was Bullet Bob Hayes.
Florida A&M. He was from Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah. So she was telling me about Bullet Bob Hayes.
Bullet Bob Hayes. While he was a student at Florida A&M, he was called the world's fastest human.
Yep.
He turned out the 1964 Olympics. I'm trying to think now. Was that Tokyo or was it Rome? I think it was Tokyo. He turned it out in Tokyo. The 1960 was the Rome Olympics. 1964 was Tokyo. Somebody look that up. Because he was the star of he was the star in Tokyo. The star of the 1960 Olympics was Muhammad Ali, who at that time his name was Cassius Clay. It was him, and the female, her name was Wilma Rudolph. She was from Tennessee State University.
Yep.
That was 1960, I believe.
Yeah, we give all the condolences, give prayers, and well wishes to his family. He, pioneer thing. He ended. He's in a Hall of Fame. I think he has probably like 13. He went in for about 13,000 yards in a Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
maybe I might be. They
originally thought that he was going to be the leading rusher in NFL history, but the guy who I think who surpassed him was the running back from Jackson State, Walter Payton. Because originally it was thought that, Michael Campbell. See, Wilma went to the 56 Olympics. She was still in high school. 60, she was in college. Because the star girl for Tennessee State in '56 was actually not an American. She was a Jamaican. Her name was May Fagg, I think it was. You go look that name up, May Fagg. She was the star when Wilma Rudolph went to Tennessee State, and that's Coach Ed Temple and them. Because the Tiger Bells dominated the Olympics for about 20 some years. One of Coach Temple's girls is now the head track and field coach at Tennessee State. I think her name is Cheeseborough. I think her name was Cheeseborough.
Yeah, it's sometimes we don't even get a chance to talk about all this stuff, and we kind of do need to talk about all this stuff. We need to have something like that for Black History Month. Just talk about different people on the show and the contributions that they made, and what the 6 degrees of separation, the 6 degrees of separation between them and another person and this person right there.
Well, see, what we got to do just like the ACC and the SEC. They got their own channel.
Right.
The SWAC got to have their own channel. Whether it's on this YouTube or whether it's on, we get it through this Byron Allen or somebody. But we got to have a SWAC channel. We got to have the same thing that the SEC has and the same thing that the ACC has. We got to have it. Ain't no way around it. And the people who love these SWAC institutions, you got to let Dr. McClellan know we can't go another year without a SWAC channel. We got to have a SWAC channel. We can't get around it. It makes no sense that we don't have a SWAC channel.
We need it. Yeah,
we got to have it.
And I don't even just think we just need a SWAC channel. I think we just need a whole HBCU classic channel.
Yeah.
And I'm not, when I'm saying classic channel, I mean not saying like football classics, but I'm talking about classic as in classic games, classic people from back in the day kind of do certain things like what they used to come on ESPN Classic, Sports Century, and they do it's more like a documentary about that person or about a team. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to kind of come up with. And if we can't get it if we can't put it into to the commissioner, hell, we might well just go ahead and put it, like you said, do it right here on YouTube.
Yeah, do it on YouTube. But my main concern now.
If we monetize it, guess what? The commissioner they gonna pay attention now.
Well, I need for him to make sure we got to do better about these coaches' salaries. And see, the other thing that we hadn't talked about tonight. See, SWAC basketball is on the ground. We got to get SWAC basketball up. It's SWAC basketball right now is just terrible, and it's been terrible for some years. We got to do better. Right now Texas Southern is decent, and they kind of lead the rest of the SWAC. But Gramblin's doing well. We got to get basketball up in the SWAC. We got, especially men's basketball.
Texas Southern's always gonna do. They're gonna do well.
And Prairie View has done well in the past too. But SWAC basketball is just 0 or 1.
I guess I'm big time. I got Smash Time Productions up in here. I got a band head up in here. What's going on, man? Hey, that's the Southern Jaguar right there. Hey,
nothing like that marching jukebox.
Hey, y'all need to get y'all QB. Get you a QB and tell Dooley stop being stubborn, man. What's good, man? Thank you for coming on thank you for jumping in the chat on the show. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff we need to do. I mean, we can get it done. Like I said, if somebody could pull up just get classic stuff and make a channel, and I mean, what can you do about it? Because if you don't have the rights to it, the person can actually monetize. You know what I'm saying? Whoever can do it, they can monetize it.
Yeah.
They can monetize it. If you ain't gonna jump on it, like how much do you want to pay for this? That's the whole thing. How much you want to pay for this? If you want to pay this, I'll give you this much amount of money to get this content, then I'll be like, look, the only way, to me, I feel like this. The only way I'm gonna give you this content, you have to create a channel.
Right.
You have to create a channel, and not just on YouTube. You could create it. You can do it on HBCU Go, or stop playing around and do it on HBCU League Pass.
Yeah.
And have every school in the conference get on it. You already got Grambling on it, and Grambling get money from them regardless.
Right. Oh yeah.
So the thing about it is that what are you willing to pay for, and what are you willing to do to get it? Because I go, when I want to watch old football games from like the early 90s and late 80s, and shoot, I seen when FAMU played Massachusetts in the 1AA the FCS championship.
And let me tell you, that was not the best game of that. The year that they won that 1978 1AA
yeah,
championship.
I remember the best
the
game.
best game was when FAM played Jackson in Jackson. That was the semifinals.
Yeah, and that, my whole thing is, I could go to Alex Rice to his channel and watch all that. And
yeah,
I don't even know he getting monetized for that, but he got over 1,000. He got over probably like 1,200 to 1,300 videos just of that all together on his channel. I don't know if he getting monetized for it, but if the commissioner going, when the SWAC office take a wind of it, because they do take a wind of it, because somebody is on YouTube, always watching YouTube, but they're gonna be like, why is our content on why is these games on this one person's page? What can you do? This dude, this man basically recorded like from old VHS tapes and stuff like that, and he's basically converting it from VHS to being on digital.
Right. Do you remember when you were at Jackson, did they talk about Perry Harrington?
When I was at Jackson, I didn't remember. I didn't know who that was at the time.
He was awesome. I think Perry went to the Eagles. Now, see, he was in college when I was in college.
Okay.
It was Perry Harrington. I think Perry. They had this boy named Robert Hartburn Hardy. Now, Alcorn had Rodnell Young, Leslie Frazier. Grambling had that boy was named Trumaine Johnson.
Okay.
Yeah, man, that's my undergraduate year. FAMU was the #1 team. They won the 1AA championship. They had a guy named Albert Chester.
Yeah, I watched him. He was
he was from Jacksonville.
He was a speedster.
Yeah. He played with a guy named Tyrone McGriff. McGriff, I think they done put him in the College Hall of Fame. They had there was a white man was the defense coordinator at FAMU. He basically nobody could run on him. His what's that guy was named? Highsmith. Well, no, not Highsmith. No, I'm sorry. No. This guy eventually he was a coach at Rice. He left FAMU. He eventually becomes a coach at Rice, and then he goes to Duke. Goldsmith, okay. That was his name.
Fred Goldsmith.
Fred Goldsmith. Listen, I remember when he came into black college football, I was in high school. Nobody could run. Listen, you would play Florida A&M, and you would have minus 30 yards for the game for rushing. The only team that could really beat him was Tennessee State, because they would throw over his front seven.
Right.
Because at the time, Tennessee State had a boy out of Mississippi named what they called him Joe 747 Adams. Now that's going way back. Yeah, I think Rodnell was from Alcorn. Perry was from Jackson State. Because, see, at that time, a lot of people don't forgot that W.C. Gordon brought in the wishbone to Jackson State. A lot of people don't know that, but he did. He brought in the wishbone.
People want you to write a book, Mr. Ford, on the history of HBCU football. They want you to write a book.
Well, they gonna have to help me. They gonna have to help me now.
Y'all hear?
Help me.
Y'all hear? Y'all want to help Mr. Ford write this book?
You got to help me
write this book. Y'all better help him.
Listen, Mr. Campbell, listen. My senior year in high school, my mother took us up to Nashville to see. It was Florida A&M was 6-0. Tennessee State was 6-0. This was the fall of, it was October 1977. Mm-hmm. And the coach for Tennessee State was Big John Merritt. The coach for Florida A&M was Rudy Hubbard. John Merritt and them ran an NFL-style offense, and Florida A&M ran the offense that Woody Hayes ran at Ohio State, because that's where he came from. Okay. Rudy Hubbard had been the running back coach at Ohio State. He had Archie Griffin, Cornelius Green. I think Cornelius Green was from Washington, D.C. And they had another big boy named Big John Hicks. He eventually went to he was a big offensive lineman. But anyway, that's one of the greatest college games I've ever seen in my life, man. FAMU jumped out like 28-0. And then the second half was nothing but Tennessee State coming back. Tennessee State had a defense coordinator. His name was Joe Gilliam Sr. That was his son that played for the Steelers. His name was Joe Gilliam Jr. But listen, that guy went in at halftime and made 1 million adjustments. But FAMU pulled that game out. And they were the Black College champs in 1977. They went 11, I think they went 11 or 12-0, something like that. But the year they won the 1AA championship, they lost one game, and that was to Tennessee State. They played at Doak Campbell Stadium, which is on the campus of Florida State University. Yeah. And that's the only game they lost in 78, was to Tennessee State.
Okay. Oh, yeah, man. So I am about to shut this stream down.
All right.
Man, I thank you for coming on today again, Mr. Ford.
Yes, when you coming back?
More likely it might be tomorrow, because I have to do the interview with Bruce Batman Mitchell. Okay. That's another signee for Jackson State.
And what's his position?
DB.
Whoa. Now he got that name Batman. That means he bad now.
Yeah, he's a I'll tell you about the school he went to, Lone Star, which is in Frisco, which is it's on the upper edge, right before you hit to go on the other side where Prosper and Aubrey.
Now Frisco is where they have the FCS championship.
What's that?
Frisco hosts the FCS championship, right?
Yeah, they host the FCS championship.
Right. Okay.
So his high school, that's the same high school that produced Jason Shelley. He's the quarterback over at Missouri State. Okay.
And Missouri State just lost their coach to
Bobby Trino. He gone over to be an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, UNLV. I always loved him, but they always said he was crazy. But he's a mastermind.
So with him, they played a almost a man defense when on the corners. He's a cornerback. He played man, like I'm talking about, Mr. Ford. The way Nugget would stick on a receiver.
Right.
That's how they whole defensive backfield played.
I got a friend, he says that Nugget is gonna make the league as a safety. He says with him being tall and rangy,
he should be able to make the league as a safety.
That's what he's saying. He's saying Nugget, if he don't make it at corner, he's gonna make it as a safety.
Yeah, I will put him at safety.
Yeah.
This team is always a perennial playoff contender. They play in one of the more of the tougher districts here in Texas, because they're playing a whole district where it's nothing but straight Frisco schools. They at one point in time, I think it was 10 Frisco schools all in 12 Frisco schools all in one district.
Right.
But they make the playoffs. They pretty much basically have they pretty much go deep in the playoffs. They go like 3-4 rounds deep in the playoffs.
Right.
I know one time they almost went. I think that was when Jason Shelley was at the quarterback. They almost went. They lost in a state, either the region semis or the state semis. But
well, let me ask you this before I get off this line. Let me ask you this. What's your thoughts on D. Davis for next year? Do you think he takes over the SWAC as a quarterback, or do you think he regresses because he has poor coaching? What's your thoughts on D. Davis for next year? The quarterback at Alabama State.
As long as if he still has Harry Williams as his offensive coordinator,
right?
You could chalk it up as a loss.
Okay, that's how I feel too.
If I'm D. Davis, I'm going back into the lab. I'm getting a QB coach,
right?
You know what I'm saying, a QB trainer to kind of fix all my mechanics, to fix all the little stuff that you couldn't do, you was doing this season that you need to either minimize or eliminate for the next season. And the whole thing is, if the offensive coordinator, if it's still Harry Williams, if he cannot open up that playbook, he has to open the playbook up. And the reason why I say he needs to open it up, especially for him, he is the type of quarterback when he gets on the outside, because of his height, he's able to see, and he can either he can run basically, or B, he can throw the ball. Most of the time, if you watch D. Davis play, he wants to throw the ball. He wants to throw the ball more than what he wants to run.
Let me ask you this question. I want you to pick a number. Is D the number 1 quarterback in the SWAC, the number 2 quarterback in the SWAC, or the number 3 quarterback in the SWAC?
He will be the number 3 quarterback in the SWAC.
Who do you have as number 1?
Well, number 1, it would be Jeremy Musa. Because we don't have Shador.
No, we're not even. Shadours are gone. Okay, Jeremy Musa's 2. I mean, number 1. Who's number 2?
If he could get his stuff, if he could get the offense, he don't have any kind of regressions, I say Andrew Body.
Andrew Body is number 2, and then D. Davis is number 3.
Right, D. Davis could be number 3.
Okay,
but it can also be somebody that can actually jump him too.
Who is that?
You still have Jalen Jones over at Bethune-Cookman.
Right.
You also have as far as let me see. Just Bethune, and then I would say Alabama A&M, because long as
which one
stick with one quarterback, I would say Xavier Langford. I was real scared as far as his running ability.
Right. Okay.
And also, if you're looking at as far as the QBs that's coming back for next season, that played this season, Conley, if he can fix up his throwing mechanics, or if he can be able to throw the ball intermediate, I would be looking at him too. I would say. But
let me ask you this: the only thing, besides his throwing, I thought Prairie View's wide receivers were terribly mediocre. I thought their wide receivers. I didn't see any playmakers.
Nah, their playmakers been gone for probably like a couple of years. I remember that one playmaker, Tristan Wallace. He came
in. I remember him from Oregon, right?
Oregon, but remember he played quarterback. Tristan Wallace played quarterback at DeSoto.
Right.
and he moved over to wide receiver because he got too big.
Right.
He was big. He's already big. He was already 6'4", 225 pounds. Then he got big, and he still maintained that quickness and that speed. If they get some more wide receivers that can actually catch,
Right.
then that offense that you've seen from Prairie View this season
Uh-huh.
with the three-header the running attack with the three-header monster,
Right.
and with that passing, I think that it could be explosive.
Now, what is Conley's class? Is he a senior this year?
He'll be a senior this coming year.
Okay. He'll be a senior.
He came in under Dooley.
Dooley, okay.
In was it 2018 or 2019? So he was the backup to Jalen Morton when Jalen Morton was the quarterback.
Right. I remember Morton. I like Morton. Yeah, I like Morton.
So
listen, you have a good night, and I'm gonna get ready to get in this bed.
All right, thank you, Mr. Ford.
Okay, have a good night now.
You too, sir. But yeah, if you really think about it, it's a lot of kids that is with QBs for next season that's that could be top 5 in the SWAC. Like I said, Musa is one because he's the clear obvious choice to be number 1 in the SWAC, and then 2 would be Andrew Body. Now, it's all a toss up because, like I said, you don't have Shador no more. You don't know what Calvez is going to be about because you still want to develop him. Valley doesn't have a quarterback. Alabama A&M is in limbo because they don't know how their quarterback situation is. Alcorn is either, Aaron Allen can come back, but then if you picking up a QB, you picking up 2 QBs plus Trey Lawrence is coming back too. So you have a full quarterback room at Alcorn. You got to make a decision who you gonna let spin that ball for next season. Also, Pine Bluff needs a quarterback because Skylar Perry is gone, and Southern needs a quarterback because McCray is in the portal. Bubba McDaniel is graduated and moved on, so that leaves Harold Blood, and I think that leaves Lampley also, but I think Lampley is going to be out of there too. Eastern Division, like I said, Jack State, we don't have Shador, but you got Philip Short, but we don't even know who our QB is going to be for the spring, and then that's going to go into the fall. More than likely, it will be Philip Short, but it's going to be a QB battle for at Jackson State. That's something that we didn't have for 2 years, y'all. 2 years at Jackson State, we didn't have to have no QB battle because our QB was already set in stone with Shador Sanders. He's not here. He's at Colorado, so basically, we kind of have to start over from scratch. Let's see. You got like I said, Alabama State. If Demetrius Davis can fix up his mechanics and kind of get some confidence, and the offensive coordinator open up the playbook, he will be up there also. There's a lot of Jalen Jones is another one. He made some improvements from the last time you saw him during the spring season. He made some improvements, so I feel like he should be able to spin the ball for Bethune-Cookman. You also have, like I said, Valley doesn't have a quarterback. Jelani Easton is gone. He's graduated. He's gone. Jamari Jones, don't know what's going on with him. So you're in need of a quarterback. So I'm trying to figure out who did I miss in the East. I already did Jackson State, fam, Alabama State, Alabama A&M, and Valley. Yeah, I already did those. So In the West, it's still gonna be Andrew Body. It's gonna be Andrew Body in the West. Ain't no doubt about it. But until these QBs come in for that's early signing day, and then whatever you get, whoever the teams get for national signing day in February, we just don't know. So, and then also like I said with players hitting the portal and TC and Coach O working their magic, trying to get these boys back here to the school. We don't know how this team is going to shape up. A lot of people is writing Jackson State off, y'all. And it's funny that I'm saying this, but a lot of teams is writing off Jackson State. I don't think you want to do that, but it is going to be the SWAC is going to be wide open. It is going to be some parity in the SWAC for the next coming season, but you have to understand that runaway freight train that we said from that's Jackson State. It's going to slow down to a little bit, but I think they're going to pick up. Texas Southern did sign two high, they did sign two high-rated QBs. So we just got on this. We just don't know. We just got to see what's up. Again, it was a nice show. Like I said, thanks to Noah Boulieu for coming on the show, doing a good interview, even though I had some technical difficulties with the internet. And yes, it is Spectrum. Spectrum sucks. We all know that. Spectrum is trash, but it's what I got right now. It's what I got to deal with. If you haven't done, make sure y'all like the stream. We trying to get that. We try to get that algorithm going on. What's going on, Dave? Hey, man. Tell me. I'm about to send you the link for the invite. I wanted to give you your thoughts about A&T, because I told people about you and see what they see what you say about A&T. Val, I don't know who if Jackson State hire anybody for the social media, but I know I'm a recommend one person they need to hire. ASVP Visuals, they need to hire that man like yesterday. As soon as Bucky left to go to Colorado, they should have hired that man yesterday. If y'all ain't seen any of his highlight videos or anything like that, y'all need to make sure y'all see that, man. His visuals, his highlights is crazy, y'all. Y'all need to check him out for real. I would give him the nod to try to run the social media. I would give him the nod to try to run to video everything. Get him a little crew, man, to do everything. Man, he'll be on it. He'll be on it. There's a lot of them that be on it. Yes, the O-line play needs to be elevated in the SWAC. Have a bad O-line play is basically it diminishes the product in the SWAC because the QBs don't have time to do what they got to do. But I don't know, man. I'm trying to increase my subs, man. It's crazy. I'm gonna have to figure something out, because maybe I should have just wait till I get to 1,000 and did do subscribers only. But whatever I need to do to get my subscribers up, just let me know what I need to do to get subscribers up, because I'm trying everything I can. I go through Facebook, I do Twitter. I probably need to go back on Instagram and to get people to come and watch the show and stuff like that. But I'm trying my hardest to get the subscribers jumping and trying to get it going. Because, like I said, I'm trying to get this thing up to 1,000 by New Year's. No, but it's cool. It's cool, Val. No, I was just asking. I know you just asking, but I'm just saying. I'm just trying to make sure we can get it going, get it jumping, get it popping by New Year's to get 1,000. But for right now, I know it's kind of slow with the football because of the simple fact that football season over. All we talking about recruiting, we talking about culture changes and everything else. So it's something that we kind of have to go through and kind of have to try, just navigate this whole thing, man. That's the only thing I'm trying to do. All right, this is my boy Dave. We run Panther Nation podcast, biggest podcast for the Carolina Panthers. A&T grad.
What's going on, guys?
Let me know what's up with these Aggies with the coaching search. First of all, what's going on with the recruiting? Because I know y'all. I think y'all have made some good pickups with the recruiting, man.
3 offensive linemen, a quarterback, and a running back.
Yeah,
can't complain. We did have one offensive lineman that committed to us, but then flipped to FAMU. He was a Jackson State transfer, but that's okay. I mean, I can't blame the young man. I mean, it was a lot of uncertainty at the time. Like, he committed. The next thing he know, he found out that the coach Washington parted ways with A&T via text. So I can't knock him, but I got to give a big shout out to the assistants, to the remaining coaching staff at North Carolina A&T State University. They kept grinding and they kept the commits. So I can't knock it. I can't knock it one bit.
So what are your insights as far as who you think is going to be the next coach and how they proceeding with the coaching search right now?
Well, as of right now, the offense coordinator and the quarterbacks coach from North Carolina A&T, Chris Barnett, he's right now the interim coach for A&T.
Okay.
They haven't. They're scheduled to meet with the team in the new year when all the students come back, when all the players come back in January. So they're gonna probably have a meeting and let them know there. But yeah, man, it's pretty much radio silence from a comp standpoint. But I will say they did have a pretty good. They set up a pretty good webpage for Sam Washington. About the parting ways, pretty much went over his resume, did a really cool video of him on the way out the door. I want to say it was amicable, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't as smooth sailing as anticipated because in my eyes, it seemed somewhat abrupt. But I think the intention was to not. I'm pretty sure the intention was for it to not announce until after the Celebration Bowl because they didn't want it to be. They didn't want it to overshadow the Celebration Bowl, but it didn't.
So my whole thing is why we say this on too because we on HBCU Nightly on Twitter. Why wait until 3 weeks after the last game to make the announcement that you're going to let Sam Washington go? And where you could have did it, you know what I'm saying, right then and there, and say, hey, we just gonna, you know what I'm saying, we're just gonna go and give you your walking papers.
Well, I don't think it was a situation because it from what I understand, it came from the top. It didn't come from the AD, from what I understand.
Okay.
It came from the top. So it might have been one of those situations of, and this is me speculating for obvious reasons, right? But it was one of those. It was one of those situations where there was some level of expectation. There was something that was expected coming back. Obviously, there was no agreement, and then they just probably just made the decision. All right, we're just gonna break this off. Blue Death Valley did a pretty good breakdown about what the timeline was. I don't want to ruin it. They did a Blue Death. Shout out to the good folks at Blue Death Valley. They did a Blue Death Valley After Dark on Sunday, and Samaj and company pretty much explained what they were told, what potentially happened. They weren't in the room for obviously, but basically it boiled down to there was a disagreement, and I guess they agreed that this is the route to go. So it sounds like it was more of the all right. I think we're going to end up paying 1 year of Sam's salary, so.
Right.
And if I was a betting person, he's probably going to end up being on the coaching staff at Central. So
I feel he probably is going to be on the coaching staff for Central, or probably go to back on back to Mississippi. But it all depends.
He had a lot of things going on in his personal life too. I mean, his mother passed away during the season. Like his mother got really, really sick right before the Campbell game.
Yeah.
And so he coached that game with a heavy heart, so which made the comeback that he pulled more impressive. And then his mother passed away. He continued coaching, things of that sort, and they were pretty much a game away from winning the conference.
Okay.
So I think all indications at the end of the season, it seemed like he was coming back, but then something happened.
Right. Do you know? So do you know the candidates as of right now who's interviewing for the job for A&T, the head coach?
It's just speculation right now.
Okay.
Yeah, like I've heard names I've heard what folks think, but everything's speculation.
Right.
One thing what's going on at A&T now is a prime example of what happens when you get rid of your beat writers in local towns and local cities. Because Greensboro they have the News and Record. That's the local paper there. And they used to have a beat writer that covered like North Carolina A&T sport, athletics, and UNC Greensboro athletics.
Okay.
But then when it was cutting time for the papers down there, that was the first thing to go. So they got rid of the beat writers. So there's nobody covering it. The only people that really cover it locally are Blue Death Valley, pretty much.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
All right, man. I thank you for jumping on, man. Y'all catch my guy Dave. Like I said, Panther Nation podcast, the largest podcast for the Carolina Panthers. If you are a Carolina Panthers fan,
well, I'm going to be doing a show with. I'm going to do a show with the Detroit Lions podcast tomorrow. They don't have that many subscribers, but they reached out to us and they said, "Hey, man, we want to do a game preview on." And so I said, "All right." My buddy Rashad, my partner Rashad couldn't do it, so I said I'll do it. So tomorrow I'm gonna hop on the Roar the Lions UK. And we're gonna talk a little. We're gonna do a Lions versus Panthers preview, break down the game since we played them on Saturday.
Oh yeah.
And then there's a little bit of HBCU history too. And I don't know if they realize it. The general manager is Brad Holmes. He's a North Carolina A&T alum. He played football for the 1999 HBCU National Championship team for A&T.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get into that. We'll talk about whether or not the Panthers got a shot to beat these guys after that brutal loss to Pittsburgh last weekend. So we'll see what happens.
How you gonna stop number 59, James Houston?
We're gonna figure that out, man. The first step is we gotta figure out we're gonna figure that out. I'm gonna be honest from the Lions standpoint. I'm more nervous about how we gonna stop their receivers right now, because if we've been having issues with the second cornerback position because our second corner's been hurt, and our third corner got gashed last week. So if we can't figure that out, it's gonna be a long day. A long day.
All right, man. Thank you for jumping on, bro.
All right, man. Have a good one, man.
You too.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Like I said, we just my guy Dave, like I said, host of the Panther Nation podcast. Catch him on YouTube. Hey, it's all good, big things out here. But yeah, like I said, first of all, I'd like to say give condolences to Franco Harris and his family. Y'all know Franco Harris passed away this morning at the age of 72. They didn't really say, I don't think that really got into it, but football Hall of Famer for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Everybody knew about the Immaculate Reception and Franco's Army, his fan group, his groupies. But yeah, man, that's a hard thing to see when you wake up in the morning time and you see something like that on your phone and stuff. Also, like I said, congratulations to all the signees that did sign today at their respective schools. All signees for Jackson State. Congratulations. You are in the family of the I Love. So let's come in, get the work, and let's run it back. Got to get that 3-peat in the sweat, y'all. Also, like I said, if you didn't watch the show last night, today is my father's my late father's birthday, David Earl Douglas. He would have been 61 today. So I am proud to be his son, and I know he's proud and he's looking down on me and saying that you could have did better, but but I like what you're doing right now. Now go give me that beer. That's what he be saying right now. Either that or he'd be up under somebody's engine fixing the car. But like I said, that's my dad. It's his birthday today. So I ain't gonna get teary-eyed tonight, but like I said, it's still, to me, it ain't all about being sorrow and sad and stuff. It's about happiness because for 9 great years, that man was my dad. You know what I'm saying? That man was everything to me. That man was my hero and my role model and my best friend. So I'm gonna eat me some food because I haven't ate nothing yet all day. And get a piece of cake and celebrate his birthday. But make sure y'all share this show. Make sure y'all like this stream, and so we get the algorithm up. I might have to go back to regular to letting everybody come on as far as with the subscribers and stuff like that to get this thing back jumping. And then once I get to 1,000 or a little bit over 1,000, then we make I'll put the subscriber only mode on the chat and stuff. But man, I'm probably gonna switch this up like ASAP. So as soon as I finish this up, I'm gonna try to finish it off. I'm trying to go ahead and do that. But for those that's coming in late, this is the early signing day show. This is HBCU OverDrive early signing day show. I might be doing a lot of these for years to come. So make sure y'all check it out. Early signing day is early signing day does end on Friday. Then there's a dead period. And then you got, like I said, you got National Signing Day coming in February. Make sure, if you want to know where Isaias Guthrie is going to go, tune in to check him out on Twitter. I will be tuning in on Saturday morning to see where he's going to go. And then probably after that, I'll probably do an interview with him and ask him what's going on. But as always, man, this is HBCU OverDrive. I'm your boy, Doc Holliday. where HBCUs matter. Make sure that you like the stream, hit that like button, get that algorithm up, get that algorithm to be dancing. Make sure that you comment on everything. Just comment, because I check out all the comments, and make sure you share with your friends and everybody that you know, your homeboys, your homegirls. It don't matter who it is. Make sure you share the stream with anybody and everybody. But also make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We on the road to 1,000, baby. On the road to 1,000. And also, if you haven't seen in the chat, the Cash App for donation, the Cash App is pinned in the chat. Like I said, all that, whatever you get, you give for donation, it does go back to getting stuff for the program, for the show, trying to get a green screen, trying to get a sound card machine, trying to get a better microphone, better laptop, to try to do this, even better camera. So we try to do, whatever you, if you want to donate, whatever you want to donate, it does go there. I do not mess with it, so I put it to the side. And hey, man, I'm just letting y'all know, man. We try to get this thing going, and we're trying to get this thing moving. So the next HBCU show would probably be tomorrow afternoon. I'm gonna do an interview with Batman Mitchell from Frisco Lone Star, early signee to Jackson State, and on Saturday, just catch me. If I could I'll probably do an interview with Size Guthrie on Saturday evening. So I'm gonna hit him up tomorrow, and also we're gonna get into some more Paul Quinn. We're gonna get into some Paul Quinn college basketball. So I will be at the basketball game probably it'll be after New Year's. So it'll probably be either New Year's Day, or it'll probably be a couple of days after that. But for that one right there, is going to be a thing that is going to be a section that I have coming up. It's going to be ODTV and HBCU ODTV. So that's OverDrive TV. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. So it's going to have all basketball highlights. If I can, I might be able to see if I could interview the head coach or assistant coach and maybe some of the players. It all depends. I just got to get my foot in the door on that. Thank you, Edwin. Merry Christmas to you, bro. Always stay on the square. If y'all don't know what that, if some people don't know what that means right there, light always shine on me. But y'all just make sure y'all tune in, okay? Like I said, we got a lot of stuff coming up for the new year. So make sure y'all tune in, and make sure you let everybody know. And then when this page gets monetized, I am going to do something for my subscribers. It's all, that's what I can, only thing I can do about it. Oh yeah, man. It Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, it don't matter, man. I'm gonna be on this thing. But in the meantime, between time, y'all be easy, y'all be blessed, y'all be safe, y'all stay dangerous. Peace.